Well, that is a nice copper coin, but oh, Doug, do you know what time it is?
45 up.
Who says 45 of, Doug? It's quarter after.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Crazy. Oh, what is this thing, Charlie? Oh my God.
We dreamed of that.
Oh my God.
It's a cob.
Oh my goodness.
It's a silver cob. Oh.
It could be.
I see it right there. It's an Ariel. Oh, wow. Oh, is that it? Doug.
It is a cut 8 real.
Oh my God. It's the other half of yours.
Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? Hoarder here. Man, I love that intro. Come on, that gets you psyched up. Metal detecting is like golf, where like it's really fun to do, but it's hard to make it fun for others to watch you doing it. That psychs me up, man. I'm psyched up. But what's up, guys? Hoarder here. We're going to have a little interesting show today. I'm going to recap this week's video, which, wasn't very long. That's not going to take too long. But I was in the cold. I was in the snow. It was freezing. I don't know why I said freezing twice. But then we're going to talk about, inclement detecting conditions. And over the years, man, we've hunted in the freezing cold, the blazing heat, mud up to your calves. So we're going to have some funny stories. I'd love to hear your funny stories. So we're going to dive into that. I'm going to bring the gang in a second. I want to say a couple of quick hellos. I see, look at that. Dog Tag Doug is in the chat. He's also going to be on the screen in a few seconds. But Scott Cash is here. Good Missouri friend. Scott, how are you, brother? A.M. Collins. Marty Vistral, Digging with Marty's here. Wish Upon a Beep. Thank you very much. Hot Mess Fishing is here. Alicia, who had a fantastic live stream fundraiser for her mother. She did a great job. I want to thank everybody who showed up, donated, and did all that stuff. She gave away all sorts of prizes. It was a wonderful thing on Sunday. If you missed it, go back and watch, and maybe you can still donate to it. I'm sure it's still open. 5 Mile Relic Hunter is here. Sue Ramsey is here. Ellen Huffnell. Craft Mo Finds. That's a cool name. Thank you very much. Magic Mance. Rick Rarg is here. Eric Fairchild. Relic Rat. Danimal Dig. Scott Batzler. I almost said Balsler. That would have been terrible. Dave Chumley is here. Wish Upon a Beep. FLX Detectorist. Everybody, thank you. I'm going to, like I said, low-key show tonight, so I'll try to jump into the chat more. Whenever I watch it back every week to check, make sure there was nothing wrong or audio issues, I always see like the same guy, the whole chat, like, hey, say hello, and I miss it. So I'm going to try to keep an extra eye out for that. But let me bring in some of the gang, and we're going to get started, and I'll start off with my personal Robin, although he doesn't look that good in tights. Dog Tag Doug, Mexican Doug, James.
Yes,
Doug.
I do.
Shh, don't tell anybody. How are you, Dougie?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Man, Doug, we are in a weird situation that we haven't been in half a decade, where
That's right.
we couldn't get out last weekend. We're probably not going to get out this weekend. There's still 8 inches of snow and 3 inches of ice on top of it. I'm going to have to start diving into the misfit clips that I call them, Doug. Like when we went out and found 3 things, and then the next day or next week found 3 things, and I'm going to start to like patchwork.
A mishmash.
I can probably get away for about another month and a half of mismatch.
Well, that's good. We might be housebound for a month and a half.
And I probably got 4 or 5 videos of mismatched summer hunts. So if it's early February and a video comes out and we're all in shorts,
everybody will think we're down in Florida or something.
We're not that crazy.
And actually, Florida is feeling it too, because
everybody, even
Chris
Texas,
got a hold of me and he said I woke up to 25 degrees. Well, that's 25 degrees higher than we woke up to, but
it's terrible.
I can understand his feeling a little anxious about that.
Everybody, and trying to dig through this ice is back-breaking.
Interestingly, I had an episode. I had to be taken to the hospital last Friday, and the doctor, after running a bunch of tests, said, "Okay, you can go home only if you promise not to shovel." and that was Friday night. And of course, we got the heaviest snow on Sunday. But I honored his wishes and didn't shovel, which was nice. But it cost me $150 for.
That's what the neighborhood kid charged you, $150.
Well, it's like a group of kids, and if you want to keep everybody happy, you overpay.
Wow. When I was a young lad, me and my friends, it was like $5, and we'd split it like 4 ways.
Well, the dollar did go a lot further.
Oh my goodness. Oh well. Well, let me bring in the guy who the dollar went really far when he was young.
Oh yeah, back in the Civil War era.
Charlie there, Charlie Connor. How are you, Charlie?
Hi guys.
In front of the relic
snow.
room.
I'm still pushing snow.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
What
was it like when you got the first greenbacks during the Civil War?
I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what they were.
Charlie's like a year older than Doug. And Doug talks to him like he's 400 years old.
But I'll tell you, I have to agree with Doug about money. Went farther. We used to save bottles, soda bottles. We'd pick them up along the road and get refunds for them. We get like 10 cents. But money went a long way. Well, gas. When I started to drive a car, gas was 25 cents a gallon.
Wow, really?
When I was a teenager.
Hey,
when you got your first car, did you have to do this in the morning?
Yeah, that was okay because we did that with the tractors too.
Yeah, I remember them, the old farm balls.
Yeah.
All right, let me bring a little bit of class into the show real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to bring in a little bit of class.
Time.
Well, because us 3 bums can't hold this together all night, so let's bring in the charismatic Lindiana Jones.
Glue.
You're too nice.
How are you, Lynn?
I'm good. How are you?
I say that she brings class, but little do people know that when the camera's off, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, she's one of the sailors.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I got a bleeper and
fireside chat.
I got a bleeper. I'll be like, Lynn, put your shirt back on. The camera's on.
That was Doug. That wasn't me.
Oh, okay. You and Doug look like my glasses on.
Yeah.
He's colorblind.
That's true.
So but yeah, Doug, this weather, I don't know what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a tough one. I saw the Cape Cod father, Eric, is in the chat, our good friend who I know is up in New England.
I just sent him a little blurb. He's out where we never see snow, and they're expecting another bomb out this weekend up there in Cape Cod. So
wow.
Yeah, they usually by the shore. Like I only live about a half an hour from like Atlantic City and the Jersey Shore. And even though we got like 10 inches, they got like nothing, like a dusting. It's weird how like that little bit of a distance,
right,
changes everything.
Charlie got what, 12 inches, Charlie?
Yeah, I'd say at least 12. But we also had a little bit like a half an hour of rain, and that rain turned to ice on top of the snow.
Yeah.
And I actually feel sorry for the wildlife here, like the deer and stuff, because everything's deep snow with that layer of ice. It's hard for them to get food. It really is.
You know what's crazy, Charlie, is I've become a bird dork in my older age, and I have all these bird feeders out back, and I just enjoy feeding the birds. So with all this snow, I noticed the bird feeders were empty.
Wow!
So I went out yesterday to go to the back of the yard to fill up the feeders, and even though there was like 8 inches of snow, and I'm a big guy, I don't even know what I weigh, probably like 250. I could probably lose a few pounds, but 250 pounds walking on that snow. I didn't even sink in. I was just, I was just on the ice, and it didn't crush. It didn't sink. Like that ice is so thick that my weight didn't even penetrate it, which is just insane. I've never seen that happen before.
Right. Wow. No, here, if you walk out in the snow, you walk, then you crush down in. You make a step, crush down in. It's like weird.
Well, because you're like 400 pounds though. Like if you got down to a svelte body shape like mine,
it's all muscle.
I know. Muscle's denser, they say.
The deer were walking across ours, and they were doing the same thing. They would walk and then sink down. And
why am I not sinking down, Doug?
I have no idea.
I didn't sink down. I don't know what's going on.
You would think gravity would make you sink.
It did not. I did not sink down.
Well, how thick is that layer of ice on the snow? How thick is it?
Well, I don't know because I didn't sink down. It didn't break for me to look at it.
Oh, okay.
It's heavy enough to hold my big old honey up. So I don't know.
Well, here we only have it's only about maybe a quarter of an inch to a half-inch thickness on top of the snow, the ice.
Scotty Coppers says it's all about the PSI, the pounds per square inch. I guess
he's right.
Yeah. Now my body is spread out around a wider area where you're. So well, maybe that's why I don't. And
you probably have wide feet.
Yeah,
wide feet like a duck.
It's like it's like I'm wearing snowshoes.
Somniferous almond eyes. Read his comment.
I'm not reading that. No. But you're right. My big shoes are like snowshoes, where Charlie has dainty little girl's feet.
No,
and that's why.
You can say dainty little feet. But...
Oh, listen, I wanted to make an
announcement.
What else
about me is dainty?
I wanted to make an announcement before we start. If you guys are on Facebook or anything, you probably saw the announcement. And I was shocked. I didn't realize it. But the new Noke the Legend 2, Doug, we've been using them for quite a while now, but they are official. It's done. They've shipped in Turkey. They're going to probably start landing in the U.S. Maybe tomorrow. They'll probably start, they're already taking pre-orders, but they're going to start shipping out. So it's here. It's official. It's a done deal. Now we can start putting them in the videos because we've been using them for months. Doug's been using it more than me. Doug's probably got more hours on that machine than maybe anyone in the world.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
No, but you don't know what you're doing anyway.
I'm waiting for that tutorial.
Doug's detecting strategy is beep, beep, dig, beep, beep, dig.
Or get somebody else to dig it.
Or sometimes he gets someone else to dig it. But I'm excited, Charlie. If you're not familiar with the Legend. Oh, and I'm trying to get Mark and Dielich to come on the show next week. And if they can come on, we'll do a big giveaway for a new machine, maybe 2 machines. They're trying to get everything ready last minute. So I don't know. She hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I'm going to hound her and try to get her on next week. So we might have a big shindig next week and we'll talk about it. Does come with 2 coils, Doug. Comes with an 11-inch round and the little mini one, which I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to say it's like maybe 6.5 by 9.
Yeah.
Comes with the Bluetooth headphones, all that stuff. So if you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, wait time is over, Doug. It is here. Legend 2 is here.
What do you think will come first? Them getting us the machine and giving us the go-ahead to use them, or the ground thawing out sufficiently to allow us to use anything?
Well, I don't know. The ground's going to be frozen for a little while. I'm guessing at least another 2 weeks. I think we're just
we do need a good warm up.
Yeah, it's tough. There's just nothing. There's nothing out there. So I'm sure I'll get a bunch of them. For all of us, they probably have to fulfill all the pre-orders first before they start giving them out to me. Yeah. The nomads, like Alicia in there. I'm sure Alicia will get. Oh, Teresa the Treasure Hunter's here. I'm sorry I didn't say hello to her if I missed her earlier. So they have to fulfill certain ones first, and then we'll we'll throw our hand into the hat and get some ourselves. So yeah, that should be good. So I just want to make an announcement. Legend 2 is here. We've been talking about it for months. We did the live stream reveal in like October, and then there was like kind of a hiatus. We're going to try to talk about if she comes on, we're going to talk about that next week. What happened? What was the holdup? What's different from the Legend 1? It should be really exciting. Doug, I live in that little world. I've become a big Nokia fan. So for me, it's big news because I love new machines. It's like a new toy. You know what I mean?
Jason, what time is it like in Turkey right now? What time would it be?
They're 8 hours ahead of us.
Oh gosh.
So that's why trying to talk to her is really difficult because when she leaves, it's like 7 a.m. here. Yeah. And it's really difficult. Like if she comes on the show next week, every time Dielich comes on the show starts at 2:45 a.m. there. And then if we go an hour and a half, that's 5 a.m. So she wakes up at like 2 in the morning, does her hair and does all that jazzy stuff. And then she's up all day. Like it probably messes up her whole schedule. But what am I going to do? No one knows the machine better than she does.
Right.
So that'll be hopefully next week. If it is, I'm sure we'll make announcements about it. So Doug, like I said, the premise. Did I already tell the audience what the premise of the show is, or was that just you guys I told?
No, I think you just told us.
Oh, well, the premise of the show tonight. Well, I'm going to recap this week's video. There wasn't a ton found, although it was quality over quantity. So we're going to recap this week's, and then we're going to talk about miserable weather. And over the years, man, we've hunted in some miserable weather. I mean, freezing cold wind, calf high snow. Just 2 weeks ago, Lynn and I, you were there, Doug. I mean, it was like calf high mud every step. Like you had to like yank your back foot out and then your front foot sinks in. It was terrible.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about miserable detected conditions and why we still do it. And I'd love to see anybody in the chat. If you guys detected miserable weather, whether it's blazing heat, sticky mud, freezing cold, sometimes we just do it because, hey, look, we get a route like this where we're stuck inside for a month. You're like, darn, I wish I got out, when I could have. You never know. I always say if you wait until that's the perfect conditions to metal detect, you'll go 2 times a year. So sometimes you gotta just bite the bullet. Bite the bullet. All right, Doug. Let me show some of the recap from this week. If you didn't see it,
wait, is that the one that starred you?
Well, it was me. It was me, Lynn, and Matt. Lynn found one thing that I didn't put it in the video. It wasn't anything amazing, but I'm going to save it for a future video. Okay. Matt usually finds a lot of stuff. He got skunked. Yeah. And then I got lucky. I found like 4 or 5 good things. I think, for me, I think they're good things. It doesn't take much to get me excited. Although I did get one thing that was super duper good. So I wanted to just kind of go over them because this first one is a real mystery for me. I pulled this dirty circle out of the ground, Doug. I love dirty circles. That's And when I was brushing it, I saw this. I saw like a weird line at the bottom. And I was like, wow, there's something going on here. Like, this is not just a regular old flat button. Like, I saw like what looked like a design or a scene or something. And when I brushed it all off and came back, this is what I had. Now, I didn't know what this was. I'm guessing that it's part of a 2-piece button. Now, normally 2-piece buttons are convex. They're not flat, and this is flat. The back of it is just the punched design. It was recessed on the back, punched out to the front. So the back is just the same inverted image, but there's nothing on it that would indicate that it's a button. It does look Egyptian. I think I might have said that in the video. It looks like a guy with a spear walking like a baby elephant. But I don't know. What's it look like to you, Doug? Let me get your expert opinion.
It looks like a sheep herder with a shepherd's staff.
Just one sheep?
No, that's maybe not the whole flock, but a couple of them.
I happen to, Doug. Let me see if this will work. Let me see.
I'm curious. What was the material? Copper or?
Well, it's a copper alloy. I didn't test it under a hexagon microscope. I got it right here, Doug. Let me see if this will work. I don't know if it's going to pick it up or not.
Too dark.
I know. Let me see. I got this little light bulb here that may bring it into focus, might not. Doesn't do it. I'll bring the picture back up. The picture's good enough.
Yeah.
Jason, can you zoom that picture? Can you zoom it?
I can't. I can make it full screen. I can't really zoom it any more than that,
which helps.
But yeah, like I said, it looks like a guy holding a staff. It looks like there's some sort of a building behind him that almost looks like a temple or something. He's not like in the desert. It's not like there's trees behind him. He's in front of a structure. And then And then, yeah, he's walking. I don't know if maybe it's a sheep. Just looks like he has a gigantic head. It looks like an elephant to me.
Well, it's a very small elephant, if it's an elephant.
What I can I tell you what I thought it was?
No, you may not.
Okay.
Of course, Charlie. Of course.
Well, as soon as I saw that,
Whoops.
I don't have a really close-up shot. That to me, that wasn't an elephant. That to me was a dog with a pheasant in its mouth, and the person was carrying a long rifle.
Oh, you think it's a rifle?
I think it's just like the sportsman button. And I think it's a dog with a pheasant in its mouth.
Yeah, I can see that, Charlie.
A duck or a pheasant. And the guy
Okay.
A long, the old-fashioned. I don't know if I can say it because of YouTube and stuff, but a long rifle.
Yeah, I think you can say the word rifle. That's okay. Now, what's weird is, and it's hard to see, and I can't get it to come up on my camera because it's dark. Yeah, Tom Graves said you didn't come prepared. Listen, Tom, you try to do this, man. you try to put all this together every week and live a life. Good luck. You got this picture. Be happy you got this. No, I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a hunter. You see that thing behind him, though? It looks like a pillar. Yeah. It just looks like it looks like he's in front of an old Greek. Like,
you sure it's not a tree stump or something?
I'm not sure of anything.
Long rifle and the dog with a wild duck or pheasant.
Not sure of anything. I'm going to look in the chat. Okay. Anyone in the chat? If you already put it in there, I missed it. I'd love to see anyone's guesses. Lynn, you're our antiques expert. What the heck? What do you think this is?
The first impression when I saw it in the field was it looked Egyptian to me. The leaves on the left look like acanthus leaves. They're used in Egyptian art and sculpture. I see what Charlie means. I mean, I can make myself think that. But overall, just the designs at the top and the whole thing just looks Egyptian.
Is he walking like an Egyptian?
Walk like and Doug, let me see you do the dance, Doug. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I didn't Google reverse image it yet. I meant to do it and I kind of forgot. I know, I forgot.
I reminded you yesterday.
I know. Listen, short-term memory loss, brother. Short-term.
Prevagen, brother.
Yeah. Anyway, good-looking round object, Sue Ramsey said, and that's what really sums it up. Don't know what it is other than a good-looking. Rick Rorg said, "What's on the other side?" It's just the same thing, Rick. Imagine it was like a sheet metal that someone punched a design in, so it's sticking out on one side and it's recessed on the other.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying it's sheep herder. Like sheep herder.
Louis Villarreal thinks it's a guy.
Before.
Lewis thinks it's a guy playing electric guitar on stage, probably like Iron Maiden or something like that. Yeah. That's kind of a cool.
Somebody said it looked like an elephant herder.
Yeah. Robert Hess said, "Did you do a reverse image shirt?" Robert, I just got done saying I did not. Did you? Maybe he just got here. I'm going to cut Robert some slack. I'm going to cut him some slack. All right. So that's still a mystery find. And there was a lot of cool guesses in the chat. I mean, the chat too, but in the
video.
Thank you, Doug. I couldn't think of what it was called. So that was a cool find. Got that thing. Lynn was still there and Matt was still there. And shortly after this find, this field was really large. So Matt and Lynn went across to a different field and I was in this field by myself. And of course, that's when I got on a couple of things when there was no one around.
Of course.
That's how life works.
So
the next thing I got was this shoe buckle. And I happen to have the shoe buckle too, Doug. I got everything here. You're not going to see it either.
And you got my legs in there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't show your legs yet in the video. I put the picture up of the shoe buckle, and then I always like to include Doug if he's not there or not.
Yeah.
I said Doug's legs. Just a little piece of a shoe buckle, but listen, it was probably, I don't know, what would you say, like maybe 15 degrees with wind?
Yeah.
There was snow everywhere. It was freezing cold. It was ripping right through you. So, and then we're finding a lot of junk and or nothing, just no signals. So when you get that little fragment of a shoe buckle, in the moment, that's a big deal. You know what I mean?
I would have been happy with that.
Yeah, you just want to find anything. Those days, Doug.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a really good find. I was stoked with that. But then it got even better. It got even better. Oh, Metal Detecting Shop is here, Doug. I'll give him a shout out.
Oh, nice.
MetalDetectingShop.com is here. My good friend Ryan, who,
Ryan.
hey,
Yeah.
Ryan, I was telling the audience earlier, Legend 2 is now available. They are dropping. They will be landing in America any day now. So if you're looking for one, I know Ryan at Metal Detecting Shop does take pre-orders, so make sure you check him out.
They might be a couple days late, Jason.
Well, I'm just saying, but they're on their way. You know, when
Well-
we did the September show, it was like it's coming, in the clouds. But now it's going to be arriving.
Well, the Hudson River is frozen, the Delaware River is frozen. Where are they going to deliver?
I think in this day and age, we use these things called airplanes. Charlie, you might remember,
okay.
When Lindbergh, I think Lindbergh did a test over the.
Okay, there's only a few thousand cancellations, but that's okay.
No. I think what they're going to do is they got this. They rented this old Viking ship, and they've got 400 men that are going to row it across.
Okay.
So it should be here in about 3 months.
All right.
No, they're coming. I don't know. They're on their way. They're probably landing. Maybe.
I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm just telling the reality of things.
The
rivers are frozen. The ocean's frozen.
I'm trying to stay positive, and you're trying to negative me.
Well, I want people staying out in the cold waiting to buy one.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you don't have to stay like in today's day and age. You don't go to like a store anymore. You just buy it. You click a button online and it just shows up like magic.
Charlie says, "Go down to the river and wait for the ship to come in."
But anyway, Ryan said they're being air freighted, so it's official. They are flying in.
All right.
So keep your eyes out.
That's good news. Thank you.
Yeah, that is good news. So anyway, I got this awesome shoe buckle frame, Doug. Loved it.
Yes.
But then I had a couple of pieces that I'm going to say were just flat out magical. And I'm going to start with the least of the magical ones. I remember the signal very specifically because it was bouncing from a 37 to a 40. And on my machine, that's a really weird bouncing signal because 37 is really low. It's usually not anything.
Expect to find what you found.
No, not at all. But so when I reached in and grabbed that last pile of dirt, you can see the dirty large circle. And you know how I feel about dirty circles, Doug.
Yes, you are a dirty circle jerk.
Watch your mouth. But no, I got one. And then, here's my dirty circle. I was able to see a little bit of detail popping through. So I thought, oh man, if I brush this, I'm going to at least get an ID. And I got one. The last two coppers I got were both really slick. So, I've been a little like, oh man, I hope I can, get some detail. I'll make it full screen. In the field, I was really stumped. I was struggling trying to make out what it was. And when I got home and I looked at it again under good light, I knew what it was in like 2 seconds. So in the field, I don't know, like maybe my brain was frozen. I wasn't really sure. But Doug, can you tell what it is based on this image?
Not entirely. It kind of looks like it's facing your thumb, so it could be like a KG2. I think it was too thin to be an American copper, and it certainly came up too low to be an American copper.
Yeah. But, Lynn, what do you think it was? I don't think Lynn has seen it because she was in the other field when I found this.
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, I know that you were thinking that it was a King Charles.
I was wrong.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
I can't really see that image.
I can't make it any bigger, so sorry.
It actually looks like Marge Simpson.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's a Marge Simpson large cent.
I'm guessing it's one of the KGs.
Yeah, Charlie, what do you think, Charlie?
Well, when I first saw it, I thought it was a 1600 coin, like a King William.
Oh, that would have been good. No, King William, I think, faces the other direction, though.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
I have it here. I don't know if it's going to. Oh, there. It kind of comes into focus a little bit.
Not really.
Well, don't tell me it's a King Charles.
No, I wish it was. That's what I was hoping. It's a regular King George II.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. In the field, the head looked too wide. The neckline looks too low. It just didn't look like one. But when I got home and looked at it again, it's a young head. King George II, which I think is like 1729 to 39, something like that. And I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. That's a 275-year-old coin. There's the back, and you can
see.
Yeah, you can see your arm up in the air at 90 degrees. A lot of these ones, if you can't tell from the front, the back, luckily, all those British kings, the Britannia always had a different arm orientation.
Right.
So if you can't make out the head, if you can just make out her left arm or her right arm, even that will help. And I can see her right arm here pretty clearly too. So
now, typically the British coins will come up lower than their American counterparts, but that was even lower than you would expect a normal British copper to be.
Oh, hold on, Doug. I got it. There's something here that said there's one of these Shepherd buttons for sale right now in the UK, $10. Is that what you're saying you think it is, Arnold Vermeer, a Shepherd's button? I'm going to have to look that up. If you have a link to can you put the eBay link in here, and I'll bring it up on my other screen. I'd love to see it. Sorry, Doug. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's all right. But don't you think that came up even lower than typical? So it could very well be counterfeit.
I'd read an article a couple months ago, 6 months ago or something, that said that Alicia said he can't put a link in. I'm sorry. I'll look it up. But if you can email it to me, quarterhoarder@yahoo.com, I'd love to see it, because I haven't looked into that button thingy yet. But I'd read an article that over 40% of the British coppers that circulated in America were counterfeit. They were that common, where 4 out of 10 were counterfeits over here.
Right.
I think
I heard the same thing.
Yeah. So when we find these ones that are like really thin or come up an exceptionally low number, it's probably because the copper content's off, or the weight's off, or because it just wasn't legit. Show me treasure. Chris is here. He said, sorry, I'm late. Come on, Chris, get with the program. 7:15. I like it. Oh, welcome, brother. So yeah, I'm guessing, Doug, maybe a counterfeit King George II. So that was a good one for me. 4 out of 10. That's right. FLX, 4 out of 10. And then the last find, Doug, which I actually found before this coin, but I saved it tonight for the last find because this was a really magical one for me. The best signal I had all day was like a 42, as I recall. And I thought that was going to be my copper coin. So I was pretty stoked. In my mind, I was actually prepared to see the copper coin. Like, I was that sure it was a coin. I thought it was going to be a copper. I thought it was small. And when I turned the plug over, I saw that little piece of silver. And what's cool is, sometimes you'll get a silver coin and it's totally covered in dirt and you don't know what it is and you got to spray it off, or, you're not sure. But when this one flew out, even though there was dirt on it, half of it, as you can see, was clear of dirt. And even though it only flashed in front of my eyes for like a third of a second, I was able to tell what it was. So I instantly went from 0 to 100, in a millisecond. And here's what I got. It was a capped bust dime, which is really early U.S. silver. I mean, none of us have ever gotten a silver U.S. coin earlier than a cap bust. They do exist, but they're like, museum things. The cap bust is like really the top echelon of obtainable U.S. silver coins that we can get. And we only get maybe 1 or 2 a year for the whole group. When I called Charlie on the way home, Charlie said he's never gotten a cap bust anything. I didn't even realize that.
No. I mean, we found on our permissions up this way, but I'm not, fortunate to ever find one. Now, I remember, when Rich called me up one time, he said, "Can I come up to detect?" And I said, "What coin's your favorite coin that you're trying to find?" He said, "A cap bust dime." And when he comes up, he finds one, first one, and then a week later he finds another one.
Yeah, that son of a gun.
Yeah, I have yet to dig a cap bust dime.
Well, listen, we all have bucket listers for a reason, and when you do get one, man, it's going to be exciting,
But I
Charlie.
do have several flying eagles, though.
Yeah, yes, you do. Yes, you do. I met a guy once, Charlie, that never found a flying eagle, and I just feel
Oh,
so
really?
bad for that
Oh,
guy.
can you
Yeah,
imagine that?
yeah, I don't know that. I'm not sure what, but we all have those bucket listers. For me, a cat bus quarter is what I've wanted for
I
years
do
now.
know. I do know someone who has a cap bus $50 though.
So do
Uh,
I.
yeah. I know someone that's got a cat bus $50. The
And
same
it,
guy, the same guy who was the only guy on the team that found an 8 real, but now there's two guys on the top of that mountain.
well, yours was only half of an
That
eight.
makes it even better. Half is better. Anyway, as I sprayed it, the dirt was just being finicky on the bottom, Douglas. Like I'm spraying it and I see 183 and
I hate when that happens.
last digit just would not spray clean. So I threw
Yeah.
that in the video for a second.
Jason,
But
what year was that?
well, I'm
That
going to
time?
show you right now, Charlie. There it is. I'll make it full screen for you, Charlie.
Well,
there it is.
1836 cat bus dime. I think the 1836 is one. I hate to say one of the more common ones because none of them are common, but I think it's like 1.3 million. Some of those cat bus
Right.
dimes are in the tens of thousands or low hundreds of thousands.
You know,
I think-
Jason, when you
Go
put
ahead.
that on your video, you were saying that coin. Many of our founding fathers were still alive when that coin was minted.
Some, not many of them, but some were. I remember. I think John Madison died in 1836. I think there was a couple founding fathers still alive. But what's fascinating that I don't know. It's weird, like holding it in my hand. I'm not like a Jeopardy champion, Charlie. We talked about this on Alicia's live show. I'm not the king of trivia, but there's some weird facts that just stick in my mind, and I never think about them until the moment when it's needed.
Right.
And holding this in my hand, I remember reading something a few years ago that 1836 was a pivotal year for the mint because the 1836 was the last full year that we used a screw press
Right.
manually by hand
Right. That's
to
right.
make every coin. So any
Yeah.
coin from 1836 and older, they're all, if you think about it, they're all
handmade.
well, they're handmade, and every one
They're
is
turned.
unique. It's unique on a microscopic level because the different pressure, how it moved. No two are, they're like snowflakes, you know. And then 1837, they went to the steam press, and then it was a consistent power every time, and you get a lot more where everyone's uniform. So this was the 1837 cat bus dime. The year after this would have been the last coin that was screw pressed, but then the seated dimes started in 1837. It was a transition year.
Right.
So the cat bust, they did that run in early 1837, everyone on the screw press. And then later in 1837, they went over to the seated dimes, and every one of them going forward were all steam powered made. So just an interesting fact that it was a throwback to the way they made coins in the colonial times. It was the last coin and the second to the last year that they made the coin.
You know, I'm looking at that coin, Jason. You have it in your hands there.
I sure do.
And I can say one thing: there's probably a few thousand people touched that coin before you, because look how worn that coin is.
Yeah, those dimes were workhorses. I mean, anyone that's detected before knows that, you know, for every silver quarter you find, you probably find 10 silver dimes. Silver dimes were much more common. They were also smaller, so you lose them. But the silver dimes back then were workhorses. I mean, in 1836, a dime would feed your family. You know, that was, it wasn't just like, you know, a meaningless penny would be in your pocket today. That was a significant amount of money.
But that dime went through a lot of hands.
Yeah, it's very worn. I have a picture of the back too. I'm
Very worn.
The back's even worse.
Look how worn.
Look at the back, Charlie. The back.
Yeah.
Look at that. Wow. I mean, the whole left side of the eagle is gone.
Yeah. Wow.
But
went through a lot of hands.
It would have said "E pluribus unum" in this ribbon, and I was able to see it when I wiggled the coin back and forth in my hand. This picture makes it look a little slicker than it really was. but up here would say United States of America, going around the whole, it's gone. These arrows, these three arrows, there's some on this side too, totally gone. You can see the 10 cent at the bottom, but I mean, it was definitely heavily circulated, probably for who knows, maybe 100 years or so before it was finally lost. But it went through, like you said, thousands and thousands of hands. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yep.
But makes me no less excited to have it though, Charlie.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was my. I think that was it. I think. Let me just make sure. Let me take this down because I have a couple of funny pictures. I don't want to show them yet. Don't want to show my hand, Doug, as they say in the poker world.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it. So that was my hunt. I did have a couple of musket balls. I think I did have. I had 2 other flat buttons and concave buttons. I think I had 2 musket balls. I had a rivet and some junk. Lynn, how did you do? I know the one thing that I recorded that was, not terrible.
Oh.
Did you find anything else that day?
No, it was just, I must have had 40 cans. And I have to clarify in the video, you made it sound like Matt and I deserted you that day. We were there the entire day, but we were such losers.
Oh, no. I meant like when I found the stuff. Listen, I like to share the moment. You know how I am. When someone finds something cool, I like to call everybody over.
Oh,
when I found that dime and I got up and looked around, there was no one around.
Right.
Now I knew you were somewhere, but you weren't even in eyesight. So I was like, oh well. I called Doug on the phone because I was like, I got to talk to someone. So I called Doug and I was like screaming on the phone to Doug.
Yeah, I noticed you edited me out of the phone call.
Well, no, here's what happened. I called Doug in the moment, all excited. And I called Doug. I'm like, you're never going to believe what I find. And Doug's like, well, it was exciting. And then Doug says, hey, are you recording this? And I go, oh, no, that's a good idea. Let me record this and the phone call, and I'll call you right back. So I hang up. I get my GoPro. I call Doug. But the problem is, and no offense, Doug, your acting skills absolutely suck. So when I called Doug back the second time, Doug, you're never going to believe what I found. A cat bus dime. And Doug's reaction was, holy cow. You must be over the moon right now. And I was like, oh, this is not going to work.
Oh.
I object.
I am sorry that we had gone across the street and that we couldn't share in that, because that was really exciting. I'm happy for you. I mean, it was a shame you were all by yourself, but.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, listen, it was still exciting. It was exciting to find it. It was weird. I haven't found something good alone in probably like 8 years, Doug. Like, you know what I mean? Like the early days, that's how it was every time.
You were alone all the time.
Yeah. But I called Doug. I yelled out to Doug, so that was good. It's just that when I tried to do the phone call the second time on camera,
didn't work.
Yeah. That way people know, look, when we record something, it's legit, because Doug, his acting is terrible. So like when Doug's excited and screaming, like that's a first take natural thing or nothing, because if not, you would know from a mile away.
Well, Jason, I need to disagree with you.
Oh, what's that?
When Doug and I did the outhouse scene, the double.
One take.
No, that was 2 takes, if you remember. I have both takes.
Okay.
And I put it in because the skit itself was funny, but Doug's one line that he said sounded like he was reading it. It didn't sound like a natural line.
Oh.
But the visual was funny enough that carried the skit.
In Doug's defense, there was another time that his acting was great, and that was the fart machine.
Yes, he did a good job there. He held it together.
What fart scene? What fart scene was that?
That was a good one. That was that one. When I put that video out,
Charlie going. Charlie
oh,
real.
That skit that I had to really cut it back. That probably lasted like 12 minutes.
You guys had me going.
Yep.
Judy was in the car. Charlie's wife, Judy. And even she's like, if you didn't see the skit, it's funny. I think I probably put it on my Facebook or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, Doug, that was my hunt. I was pretty psyched up. And the only reason I even went that day, because it was freezing cold, was because I knew this snow was coming.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Yeah, that was it. Like that was the last chance for, which might end up being 3 weeks or so. So then I thought, oh, when I was putting the show together, there was going to be a guest that was going to pop on, and I kind of bumped them. I'll save them for a longer night. But I thought, oh, it might be fun to talk about our miserable conditions in the past when we've gone out. We've gone out in, heavy snow, freezing cold winds, blazing heat. In the summer, we're in a total stranger's yard. We stink. There's sweat pouring down us. I mean, it's miserable. Mud, all those things. So I thought we would talk about some stories about some of the most miserable times. And I thought I would cap it off, Doug, with a picture just to show some of the misery. Here's one of me and Doug from recently.
What the heck?
Yeah, I can't believe we stayed out that long.
All right, listen, I'm going to confess. This picture was altered.
No.
Really?
But this is what it feels like, though. This is what it feels like when we go out sometimes, because it is cold. It is cold, cold, cold. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That was really funny. I just wanted to say that. I do really enjoy making the goofy pictures, Doug. Big fan.
Whose
big fan.
house was that? I'm trying
The whole house was I forget whose house that
Is that
was.
Scott's?
It might have been. I don't remember.
Kind of looks like it.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I wanted to talk about it. So I told Doug and Lynn and Charlie, I said, hey, think of your fun stories about weather. But just in case they didn't think of one, I thought of some. So I thought I would pick those up. And I'll keep an eye on the chat. If someone has a really funny story, I'd love to see it. Not that you want to type the whole story out, but the cliff notes. But some of the ones I remember the most, Doug, were we were at the Thousand Holes field in the inaugural season. We got on that place, and it was so red hot that we went when it was like sleeting all day long, like raining frozen ice.
Yep.
I was there. You were there. I don't remember if Charlie was there. Joe was there. Rich may have been there. I don't remember everything. All right. So whoever was there. And throughout the course of the day, the sleet and ice was coming down so much that at one point, and we were finding stuff. So you don't notice the cold when you're finding stuff, like you don't notice it as much. So at one point when I went to get my camera to record someone and I looked up, there were actually icicles hanging from my hat from the sleet hitting it and then dripping down. Like it was that bad. So when we got back to the cars at the end of the day, after like 7 hours of being sleeted on, the cars were like covered in ice, like literally covered in solid sheets of ice. We had to like smash it to open the door and all that.
Yeah.
So, and obviously the roads were treacherous and it was, ice and snow everywhere. So we go to leave. And at the time, Doug was driving his work vehicle, which was like a small box truck. And those box trucks are kind of light when you don't have anything in the back of it. So there's not a lot of weight on the tires. And I think it only has one-wheel drive. So it's not like very, very good in the snow at all.
Yep.
So Doug got stuck. And he's like hitting the gas and he's starting to dig a hole with the one tire.
Yeah.
So Joe and I went into the woods and got a bunch of sticks and came out and like we're shoving them under his tire to get him a little bit of traction. So he finally gets out of this ditch and he like hits the gas real hard. So he starts fishtailing towards the guy's house. So we're like, Doug, stop. But he doesn't stop. He's like hitting the gas, fishtailing more. Like at this point, he's like almost sideways in his driveway. So I'm like, Doug, listen, you're doing this all wrong. You got to turn the wheel the other way. And you know how Doug can get like real belligerent. He's like, I know what I'm doing. I know. But he's holding the wheel the wrong way. So now he's like doing donuts almost, like with his one tire spinning and spinning, ripping up the guy's driveway. And we had to get more sticks and like kind of push him. And I think I have a picture, Doug. Now, I didn't have my camera going at the time, so this picture is just a representation of.
Okay.
Oh, I can imagine.
Okay, so here's the picture.
Oh God.
But this is what he was doing. Like there were literally like donuts of tire tracks all over the guy's driveway. One wheel spinning all over. Doug yelling at us that he knows what he's doing when he clearly doesn't. And
You can't see it, but you guys are hanging from the back part of the truck.
Well, Joe and I were trying to push you from the back.
Yeah.
So like your one tire is like kicking up mud and snow all over us, but we're trying to get you out of this guy's driveway, and you're just like pounding the gas to the floor. We're like, Doug, stop. Ease into it, Doug. Ease into it. It was just the funniest thing. Like you would think that Doug had never driven a car before.
You had to be there.
Yeah, it was really funny. And if anybody out there wants to join Doug's driving school,
yes, there's the number right there.
It looks like it's 555-555-LEARN.
Yeah.
There it is. Doug, how many driving schools take the young drivers out in a box truck?
Yeah, you always put them in a disaster situation to see how they do.
Yeah, and again, this is a representation. This wasn't an actual photo. Doug was perfectly safe. But do you remember that day? Charlie
was killed in the process.
Charlie,
I can tell you, I was not there because I always have a chain with me, always a chain. And with my 4-wheel drive truck, I would pull him out. He would have made such a mess like he did.
Yeah, it was disaster. I felt bad. Like, luckily the house was like abandoned. The guy who owned the house, they were renovating it, so it wasn't like it was pristine or anything.
And they're still renovating it.
Yeah, years. They're still renovating
it.
Yeah.
Jason, I don't know how many old timers are watching the show tonight, but one of the best ways of getting out of a situation where your tires are spinning in the mud. Well, most people don't have this, but
call AAA.
Lime. You get just a couple scoops of lime and you throw it in front of each tire, and you go right out of the mud.
Really?
Yeah, really. I don't know if anyone's in the chat that knows that secret. Put lime powder, burnt lime in front of each tire, and you'll crawl right out.
Okay.
Seriously.
Wow.
I've done it many times.
I thought that was just for cutting the smell down on a decomposing body.
Yeah, like never in my life have I ever bought lime. I wouldn't even know where to even buy lime, like a funeral home.
Well, no, we always have it on the farm because we use it for our aisle waste for the cattle to keep it like Doug for clean for bacteria. We use lime a lot on the farm, and I just know from your father, your grandfather, that one of the best ways of getting unstuck, even with a tractor tire, you throw a couple bags of lime in front of the tractor. If you're out in the muddy field, you'll crawl right out.
Now, a lot of people are saying kitty litter probably has the same. The same.
Well, the burnt lime sucks up water real good. It really, takes away the moisture.
Okay.
Cat litter would work too, but lime is great for getting out of a muddy condition. If you're, if you're by yourself.
All right. Well, I'll have to see if I can keep some lime in the car. That doesn't look suspicious at all when you get pulled over.
Dirt Digging Dog says Charlie knows this from hiding bodies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, lime's one of those things where I didn't even know what you use it for, other than like what Doug's insinuating.
Yeah, it works great. Just to let you guys know in the future, you can buy lime at a farm store, bag of lime.
Oh, okay.
Let's
go get some.
Yeah, I always like that one. But that was one of my funnest little stories. Now, I also have this one. I have an actual video clip of the day, Doug. This was one of my more memorable ones. I think Lynn was there. Rich was the star of this one. I'm gonna play this one. I think it has sound, so I don't know if you guys are gonna hear it or not. Not that you need the sound. But this was the hunt, Doug, if you recall this. And I'm going to play it, and if you guys can hear it, that's great. If you can't, sound's not that important. This will show how hard the ground is. Like, You can only go a millimeter at a time.
Of
Here,
course.
and here's what Rich. And there was Rich's coin that came out of that of the hole. I think this one was one of the spawning, may have been the spawning time
Of
when
Nixon.
he came up, when we gave him the Richard Nixon name, or at least this is when it stuck every time. So I just thought that one is a super memorable one to me. Now it could have happened to any of us, and it's happened to me before. Maybe not this bad, but when that shovel can only go in a millimeter at a time, and you've got to go way back and ram the shovel in just to try to get anything if that coin's in the way. But Rich crushed it. And then I got the iconic picture of Rich, with the sad face. That picture took about 11 takes, Doug, because that was the look I wanted, and it took a while of coaching. I'm like, no, Rich, you look mad. No, Rich, you look happy. I wanted that somber look, and finally got it. So
It looked like he was trying to make change.
yeah, I mean, listen, that's tough. This that's a solid piece of silver, and he got it good. Someone just said, hold on, Doug, I got to find it. Let me come back here.
With the price of silver, it doesn't matter if it's cut.
Yeah, Audrey Girlinghouse said, I do believe Jason cut a real in half. I did, and that was in the summer. That wasn't even in
Did
cold
she get
weather.
back that far? That was a while ago.
That was
Wow.
probably 5 or 6 years ago.
I want to tell that. I want to tell that story. Jason gets all excited. He said, "I got to cut half a real," and he pulls it out of the ground. He goes back in. I found another cut half real. And we said, well, throw the shovel in there and make it another cut real.
Yeah, I was so excited when I found that cut that cut real. It was a half real, I recall. I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I found half of a half real. That would have been my first cut coin ever. And so when I found it, I was really excited.
It was a perfect cut too.
Yeah, hit it right in the middle.
Right down the middle.
So, but then when I rechecked the hole and I found the other half that matched up, and I thought, well, there's no way that it was a cut.
A fresh cut, Mark.
Yeah. So I sliced it right in half. Yeah, that happened. That stunk. I took a lot of abuse that day from you guys.
Charlie found his first barber quarter there.
That's right, Barber Quarter.
Yeah.
That was an exciting day.
That was a good
I was about to say too about that cut real that he cut. He was not happy that he did it, but 5 minutes later he found a trime right nearby.
The same day, yeah, a little bit later, I found a trime, and made up for it. That one came out of the ground in a circle shape. Yeah, it came out whole.
Yeah, that property is kind of unique. The house was a modern house, but the front yard, backyard, it was old ground.
There were so many things we got from that. I remember we got Conestoga bells and silver and crowdle. Kyle found an 18-karat gold ring.
Yeah.
We found so much stuff there. Yeah. That guy, from what I recall, Doug, his son played on the Philadelphia Flyers or something like that.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a big, and I think the neighboring house was once owned by Ben Franklin's son or something like that, Doug.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
The whole little town was the start of a Quaker community. Yes,
Quaker community, right?
He was like a half a block away from the Quaker meeting house, so that was an old area, and that was not far from. I mean, like right around the corner from the farm. We got like over 400 buttons. We got all kinds of coppers, all kinds of old silver, Spanish reals. It was an excellent area.
Yeah, that whole farm. Charlie was there. Charlie got 2 reals in the same day at that farm, Charlie.
Charlie had an 8 copper day on that
Yeah,
farm.
Charlie did great.
Yeah.
That whole farm, which was one of our best farms ever,
Yeah.
is now a neighborhood. The whole farm was leveled.
It's fun.
There's like 125 houses there now. Just glad we got in when we did.
Yep.
We found some amazing things. Someone had said, I put it up. Whenever I mention the me cutting the real in half, I always get the Brad story.
Brad
And
Jones,
I bust Brad's chops about it too, because he sliced the gold coin in
4
quarters.
times.
In quarters.
4.
Yeah.
Equal. Each one was equal. It
Yeah.
was amazing.
I remember one time, Charlie, you were there. Joe, our buddy Silver Joe, found a half real. It was a Mexican one, like you found, Doug, with the Mexican hat on it.
That was up in Charlie's neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Joe found it, and it was slightly bowed, the coin, just very slightly. So after he found it, he went home and he put it on his countertop and he went to push it with his thumb just to try to flatten that little bit out.
Yeah.
And the coin snapped into like 12 pieces.
Yeah.
And the thing's only this big to begin with.
Yeah.
And he pushed down and it just shattered.
It shattered.
It's
Yeah.
dime size.
And I was like, oh well, you know.
It was a taco coin. He thought he could straighten it out. I told him to maybe heat it up first or whatever. But yeah, it shattered for him.
Yeah. So that was fun. I got another story. This one was pretty good. We were at a spot. Lynn, you were there. You weren't detecting yet. I don't think Charlie was there. But Doug found some sort of a deep signal. It was freezing cold this day. And it was muddy too. Like it was warm enough where like the top layer of the ground was like turning to mud, but then under it was like frozen solid.
Yeah.
So Doug got this coin out. It was in his hand. It was in like a clump, but the clump was like solid ice. So like we couldn't break the clump apart, but sticking out of the clump, we can see the very edge of a coin. And it was like, it looked like about a little bit bigger than a penny. We thought it was going to be a half cent or something, but we couldn't see what it was. We couldn't break the clump open. So we're like rubbing the ice, rubbing it, trying to like heat it up, and it would melt a little bit. And it melted a little bit where I saw like an oak leaf, one oak leaf. And then I knew, well, oh, it's definitely a half cent, Doug. This is going to be something good. But we couldn't break it for the life of us. So Doug had to carry it around knowing he's got some amazing coin for like an hour, just trying to let it warm up against his body heat, melt down a little bit. And then I think finally he got like like some sort of a stabby tool. And he was like stabbing at it, and he stabbed himself. He started bleeding, and I think Doug has that. You have that like thin blood too, don't you, Doug? So when Doug stabs himself, you know, oh geez, you got to kind of watch out.
You have to use a tourniquet to stop it.
I wish I would have been there. I would put some lime on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start carrying lime because now I know your thing. You always carry lime and chains. You sound like quite the dangerous gangster. But anyway, Doug finally, after an hour, unlocked this coin from the muddy ice ball, and it was one of his best coins he ever found. It was a 1793 left-facing Liberty Cap half cent, which is super, super rare. There's like 10,000 known, in the world. And what was funny is that even though there's like only 10,000, our group or extended group had found 4 of them. So, you know, we've contributed to like 1% of the world's known quantity.
That just goes to show the quality of the permissions we get.
Well, we live in an old area, Doug.
Yes.
We live in an old area.
Yeah, but you still got to get the permission.
That's 1793, right? 1793 half
You got
cent.
one.
You have one, Charlie.
It was one of the first coins that I found when I started detecting.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was. I'm like, what is this? You know?
I'm
You still
getting
have it?
alerts to check my
I have
email.
it right behind me in my.
Oh, here it is. Here
Did
it
you
is.
go and get it and hold it up, or what?
If I could find it, it's all mixed in with so many other ones.
Oh,
But I
okay.
could try.
You got it mixed in with your wheat pennies?
my zinc pennies, yeah.
Yeah.
I see it here, Arnold. Let me see if I can bring it up. Give me a second. I'm going to try. That Arnold guy sent me the shepherd's picture. I'm going to bring it up
good,
I'm going to bring it up in a second. I have another page up. I just wanted to say real fast before I get rid of my internet page. Not that this has anything to do with the cold weather, but we've been watching the silver price, Doug, every day, like everyone else is,
Keeps
because
going up every day.
it's just so exciting. Like, oh my goodness, it's all-time highs. And before the show, I was looking at the silver melt value. So I wanted to just tell everyone before I close out the website here. A silver war nickel, Doug, which is almost a silver war nickel used to be
35%.
to be worth like 80 cents when we started doing this, like in silver. It's now worth $6.65 for a junky 35% silver war nickel.
Yep.
I thought that was insane. A silver dime, it could be a rosy dime, a junky 64 rosy dime, $8.55. That's like almost, you're getting up to almost 2 full rolls of modern dimes for one silver dime.
Yeah.
Silver quarter, even a Washington quarter, $21.40. Half dollars, $43 for a half dollar. It's weird because, like, when we go out detecting, and look, I'm not saying like a Rosie or a Merc dime isn't cool, because it is cool, but it's not like amazing cool, because we found hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And in my mind, they're worth about $1.75 or so. Like that's the price, but they're still exciting to find silver because they don't make coins out anymore. So it's nostalgic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now at almost $9 a pop, probably by the time we get out again, it'll be over $10 a pop.
Now we're getting excited over Rosies.
Now it's treasure, Doug. Like now, if you have a 5-6 silver day, that's dinner for your family. If you were going to go hock them at the
You know what, Jason? Not just the coins that we're talking about. You're talking about here is that Doug had that permission with all his silver spoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the silver spoon. But even when we were at that permission, which was only in the summer or early fall, silver was still like $30 an ounce.
Right.
Now's the time to get back there digging.
Let
And
me
I
see
will as soon as
Well, the homeowner, from what I remember, someone said he had like a 5-gallon bucket of silver spoons.
Yeah.
That he found in the fields.
Yep.
And we come along and we found a lot more ourselves then.
All right, hold on. I've got it here, Doug.
Good.
Let me bring it up. Let me see if I can share this. Let me turn off my hold on.
Charlie, speaking of them, I just found one that really was interesting. And I kind of highlighted that on the Dog Tag Doug page. It had all the design work on the bottom of the spoon handle and the sterling mark on the top, which is completely opposite. Right. And I thought, well, maybe the silversmith was dyslexic or didn't know up from down. There you go. That's it.
Now I want to thank I think it was Arnold. I'm sorry if I forget his name, who sent it to me, who was in the UK. He emailed it to me. And this is it. Yeah. Old Egyptian button shepherd with long crunk. This is what the back of mine looked like, Charlie. The recessed, same image. What's weird is this says button too, but mine's exactly the same thing. No shank mark. So how that's a button, I'm not sure. And it looks like the image is indeed Egyptian. What you thought was a dog holding a pheasant.
What is it?
It looks to be two
sheep.
I thought lions. Maybe I don't know.
Well, if he's a shepherd, it says sheep make great pendant. So
these lions are protecting the flock, Doug.
Yeah, right.
The flock.
They eat half of it. Yeah.
The flock of sheep. Sheep.
So what's it selling for? I'm just curious.
Well, listen, I'm not going to retire. I'm not going to retire off the
Yeah, but what does eBay say it is there?
This guy's asking in our money over here, $9.65. Maybe I'll trade him a silver dime for it.
I think that GBP, if I'm not mistaken, is Great Britain's pound. So
no kidding. I said the guy was from England. The guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe he can clarify if that's
100% what it is. No clarification needed.
Okay. I think they're still on the pound sterling
Yeah. Well, that's great. Listen, I thank you for
Right.
sharing that with me.
Well, now you know what it was or what it is.
Yeah, now I know what it was.
It's
So
always
some sort.
nice. It's always nice that you know what your find is.
I still don't see how I. Well, let me go back to it real quick.
You
I
remember
still don't see how
what
it's a
I said
button.
what I said it looked like when you showed it to me?
Where is it even a button? Is this little thing right here like the nub of a button shank?
Maybe.
That little.
Yeah, that looks like a little
Let me see with the
shank.
front where that would be on the front. Hold on. So right there, that would be on the tail end of the animal. It would be like right here. Oh, geez, it'd be right where the guy's.
Yeah.
Jason,
He
Jason,
really likes his sheep.
What the heck? What kind of weird, dirty button did I find, Doug?
Jason.
Hold on, Charlie.
I can't talk.
Let me get rid of this smut.
Jason,
It always comes down to that.
Well, I didn't make the button, Lynn. I just dug it out of the ground.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yes, Charlie.
Did you think that was an elephant at first? Come on.
Yeah.
Did you really think that?
I did. Hold on. I'm
I
going to bring
think
this.
you need to be put in
Did you-
charge of a zoo.
I'm going to bring the smut up
Did
again.
you
So
ever
if
play
there's,
with different shape?
I'm going to show it again just so you can see what I thought was an elephant. If there's small children in the room, cover their eyes for a second.
Hey, what did the farmer say? The sheep farmer say when he got back from the city?
Oh God, can you do this on the air, Doug?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
He says, it's great to be back.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. So yeah, when it was smushed down, Charlie, it looked like an elephant. I think it looked like an elephant.
I just wonder. I mean, I just, just
let me
wondering.
see. I can't show it side by side because it just doesn't let me. But I thought it was some sort of an elephant.
Well, thank God he knew what it was.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
What was his name again? If Alicia, did you catch his name? I think it was Arnold something. I'd like to give him a shout out. He went through the effort of sending that in.
Hey, and if he's watching from England,
Here it is. I think it was him. Oh, he's from East Texas.
Oh, East Texas.
So he's not even from England.
oh, okay.
If this is even the guy, I think it's the guy, Arnold Vermeer. I think it was the guy. Thank
I
you,
thought it
Arnold.
was somebody else.
I think it was him. I'm not sure, but thank you for going through the. Someone else said they told me. I don't know who told me. Treadwell Texas said you would not do that to an elephant.
They wouldn't know you were.
Yeah. Listen, I just said it's weird. It's a weird. If it is a button, look where the buttonhole would be. It would be right there.
Yeah.
Here's the animal's head, so it'd be right near the top of his butt, which would be right there.
Yeah.
But it's on the back. It's not supposed to show on the front.
Well, I'm saying when you attach it, it probably, just from the pressure of hitting the brass, leaves it.
Someone said it's a pendant, not a button.
Well, the guy on eBay, when you're on eBay, you're just a regular schlub like me and you selling your tchotchkes in the house.
It says old coin button. Now, I don't know who
I know, but what I'm saying, Doug, is any schlub can sell things on eBay.
Yeah.
I could sell a picture of you and say it's Tom Selleck. It doesn't mean it's Tom Selleck. I'm just some schlub who doesn't know what he's talking about.
Tom Selleck wishes he looked this good.
He does. So even though this says old coin button, whatever, you can't necessarily take this guy's word for gospel because he's just a regular guy like me and you. So
But that's what it's being advertised as.
Yes, he's advertising it as an old coin / button, which is what I said. Coin / button. Not sure. I'm just glad that this picture at least clarifies the image because my image was a little more smushed.
Yeah. Maybe run it in your tumbler a little bit, and
you think that would make it better or worse?
It'll make it better for sure.
All right.
I have begun to put my buttons in the tumbler, but not for long. But it's really enhanced their.
Yeah, you were saying that you've really. I'm going to bring mine back up again, Charlie. Hold on. I'm looking. All right, so there's mine again. Now you have to imagine what the picture Arnold sent me because I can't put them up side by side.
Right.
So you can see it. Mine kind of looks like an elephant. Oh, you know what I might be able to do? I might be able to do this. Hold on. This isn't going to look great, but let me see if I can do this, Charlie.
Yeah, I'd love to know how old that is.
So there's the picture off
yeah.
of. Let me see if I can angle my phone so it's
Yeah, I
kind of.
see the elephant now.
Yeah, like you see what I'm saying? Like I thought this was an
Yeah,
elephant's trunk
I
because it
can
was.
see that. Why you would?
All right, there we
Yeah,
go.
it looks like two sheep.
Yeah. So, but Charlie, being a lifelong hunter, always goes to. He thought it was a specific dog with a pheasant in its mouth. Like he was really extreme. Like,
Yeah.
but who knows? I've been wrong many times before. All right, so let me see here, Doug. I totally lost.
You know what, Jason? Jason, we found sportsman buttons before with dogs with like a duck in their mouth and a hunter.
Yeah.
We found them before. I just thought maybe that's what it was, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why there'd be an Egyptian inspired button.
By any chance, did you look it up in the Albert's button book?
I did not. That only is for U.S. military buttons and stuff.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's not really Egyptian and other country stuff, things like that. But anyway,
but that could be old, right?
I guess it could be old. I don't know.
Because that site that we're on is very old.
Yeah.
Egyptian revival. I don't know if it was back in the 20s when they found King Tut's tomb and everything.
I thought that was in the 50s.
I think it was earlier than that, or maybe even in the 1800s.
I think I remember the 50s, but let me check.
Yeah, I think King Tut was. I want to say actually it was in the 20s. King Tut's tomb.
Well, that's what Lynn's saying.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Lynn's right. I think it was in the 20s. Doug's going to check and see if I'm right or wrong. I am going to see. Look in the chat. People are saying, "Dirt Digging Dog says 20s and 30s." Lynn, Team Lynn. Jay Crane says 20s.
20, yeah, 22.
Yeah, look at that. Lynn, you and I are right. And as usual, Doug is incorrect.
Well, at least he can admit it.
He's good about that. Another funny story, Doug, I'll say off topic, but I guess technically it was on topic of icy conditions. The same day where you found that left facing half cent is the day Rich broke his first of two different shovels.
Yeah.
Because that ground was frozen. He went in and pulled back, and not even like the where the handle meets the blade, which you'd think might be the weak point where they welded it. But the blade itself, the solid steel blade, snapped right in half, like it was made out of like balsa wood. And he had no shovel the rest of the day. And I think Lynn wound up buying him another shovel, and then he wound up breaking that one too. Remember, Lynn?
Something like that.
No, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. It's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
He broke the second one in a yard, like in the grass too. That was like,
he broke that one. The ground wasn't even really. It was raining that day, but it wasn't frozen.
Yeah, and that one was like the second one he broke was like a name brand one, and I won't say what it is and disparage them, but it was not the Excalibur shovels that we all use now,
right?
Which you could dig from here to China, and that thing holds up good.
That's still holding up to him.
Oh yeah, and if you can survive Rich, then you've made a good product. There was another one here, Charlie, one that wasn't necessarily freezing, but it was a funny story. I remember. It was in one of the early days of me hunting with you. I don't remember if Doug was there or not. We didn't even know Lynn and Rich yet, but we were at this big, gigantic farm field. And the way the farm field was, it kind of like went like this and beveled and like kind of had like a slope to the ground. So I was on this side, you were on this side, and in the middle was like a lake because it had rained for like 3 days. So, for me to get to you, I'd have to go all the way around, which was like a half a mile walk. So of course, Charlie calls me and says, "Hey, I got a silver core," or I think he said, "You think you have a $1 or something really good," that got me excited. And even though I can look up and see Charlie, like 100 yards from me, I can't get to him unless I go all the way around. But the guy's got a $1, so I pack up all my gear. It's muddy, and I start this journey, this pilgrimage around this lake to finally get to Charlie. I walk all the way around. Probably took me 40 minutes. It seems in my brain it was like 40 minutes. And the whole time he's looking at it, I could see him. He's looking at it. He's spraying it. He's brushing it. He's spraying it. And I finally get within about 10 feet of him after this trek. And 10 feet away, he looks at me and says, it's a modern quarter. I said, you son of a gun.
Was that when Rich? Is that when Rich first started to?
I don't remember. I think Rich was there. I think it was.
Rich, I think that's one of the first times he was with us.
Yeah, it might have been. It may have been the first time he'd ever been to a farm field.
Because I remember he found an Indian, like his first Indian set at that farm. That farm was actually good to us.
Yeah, it was really good.
But I just didn't look good enough at that. Whatever.
Yeah, but that day we did find Rich found his first copper that day.
Yeah,
I'd found a copper or two. I remember I found a really nice Civil War era infantry button with the eye in the center.
Yeah,
there was good stuff in that field, but it was massive. So, when we have a massive field, the plan's always all right. Let's stay together. But as we're all looking at the ground, you slowly, as you're walking, don't realize that. Before you know it, we're all a half a mile from each other. And then when someone finds something, we're like, oh, crap. We wanted to stay together, but you're looking at the ground, so you don't know where everyone else is.
Yeah, that farm is good to us. It was all fields. We did the fields. And I did find out later that there was an actual road that went through those fields many, many years ago. And that's why it was so successful. And I was hoping the farmer would give permission to do the house. Well, the place was coming up for sale, and I had the opportunity to do the house, and I found absolutely nothing around the house. It was really weird.
Yeah, so I went with you.
We did so well with the fields.
Yeah, I think the house was like just turned to like fill dirt was brought in landscaping.
So yeah, it was very disappointing, but the fields were fantastic for us.
Yeah, houses are so weird like that, where sometimes on paper you'll look at this house and you'll be like, man, it's from 17 blah blah blah. It's got a big yard. We're going to kill it. And we go there and it's just a ghost town of signals and there's nothing.
Jason, a month ago, that happened to all of us.
Oh, yeah. It happens a lot. It happens a lot.
I invited you up for this house. It was vacant. Early 1800 house. You guys came up, found nothing. And also the ground was frozen that day too. So it was
tough. Double whammy. Double whammy. But then on the flip side, there's been houses. I remember Doug called me one time and it was like a house built in the 1950s or something.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not even excited necessarily, but I'm like, all right, I'll go hang out with Doug and we killed it. I mean, we found so much stuff and old stuff too, because when you live in the Northeast, if a house was built in the 50s, it was built on top of colonial farmland.
Right.
So there's been many houses built in the 1900s that we found colonial coins in the yard because it was just plopped down on top of old colonial farmland. So really, Jason, any location is good. A good location.
I always think of Kurt France. When Kurt France of the Hoover Boys came with us that one day, the house across the street was a modern house, and in the front yard he found that George Washington button in the front house of the modern house.
Well, but to be fair, even though that house was modern, 20 feet across the road was like Daniel Boone's birth house. So, I mean,
yeah. Well, yeah, true.
I mean, you make it seem like he found it in the parking lot of a Hotel 6.
Right. But we really weren't expecting to even do that front yard. But it was actually Daniel Boone's uncle's house.
His uncle's house. Okay.
Which is next to my house.
Yeah. They live in a super old area.
We got to do your yard, Charlie.
Yeah, I never. You know what's true? I never did my yard. But I think Teresa went around one day. I don't know. I have to find out what she did around my house.
Yeah, we never did your yard. We tried to do that little field by your yard. We didn't find anything, but it was corn at the time. It was corn.
But Rich came up one day. We didn't do the house, but Rich wanted to go in the creek behind my house. The creek is in front of my house, and the creek is behind my house. Rich, as soon as he started, he found stuff, old stuff, colonial stuff.
Didn't he find a shoe buckle?
Beautiful shoe buckle.
Yeah.
In the creek?
Yeah, in the creek, he found a button. I found a dagger, like an old copper dagger in the creek.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I have it somewhere around
Oh,
here.
okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say I wanted to see it, but I'm afraid to hold up weapons anymore. Last
Yeah,
time,
it's somewhere. It's probably in one of these drawers here.
yeah, just keep it in your pants. I don't want to see that thing. They shut me
I
down
did
last time.
find. I'll tell you what I did find. Actually, Teresa was with me.
Just don't hold up any weapons, for the love of God. Let me get my finger on the kick out button just in case.
No, this is not a weapon, but I found this. It has a long handle to it. It found this in the creek.
Oh, what the heck is that? Let me see the top
It's
of it.
Paul Bunyan shoehorn.
Whole bunch of shoehorn.
What the heck is that?
I
That
didn't
could
know
be
what it was.
a slate working tool for slate roofs or.
Hold on,
or
let me see if I can make Charlie big. I don't know if I can make Charlie big.
Don't make me big, please. I'm big enough.
Well, not you big, but your thing. I don't know if I can do it or not.
Watch out.
Yeah, make his thing big.
I can't make Charlie big. I don't know how to do it.
Now this was found. There was a dam back here, and someone thought this was like for block, chipping through the ice.
It could be for taking bark off trees.
That's what I thought it was too. And I think most people
a
the bark,
debarker.
A debarker.
A debarker. Yeah.
debarker.
A froe, FROE.
But I kept the wood and everything. The
That's
wood.
cool. That was in the creek.
Yeah. That was in the creek, laying in the creek.
Okay. Oh, someone said an ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scraper.
An ice cutter. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was an ice cutter, but I have to agree with Lynn. I think it's more like a debarker. Take the bark off of the logs. Because
Okay.
the dam was made of logs.
Oh, okay.
It was not a concrete dam. It was made of logs.
Yeah, we tried to do a little bit of that creek one time. We were further down. It was one of the only times we've ever gone water hunting, which was just a ridiculous sight because none of us knew what we were doing.
Well,
I ended up catching crayfish.
That day was so. The reason we got in the water is because that was one of the days it was so hot.
Yeah.
It was 120 degrees. Yeah.
So just to do something, we got in the water, and I remember I had your GoPro.
Yeah.
And you have like 2 hours of crayfish.
Yeah, Lynn was like fascinated by the crayfish. When I got home, there was just hours and hours of underwater crayfish. I could start my own Discovery Channel with all the crayfish footage that Lynn got.
But nothing else was. Rich did find one copper in the water. But
yeah, Rich found a copper. Well, you know what's funny is it's so bizarre, but I've never water hunted before. But I figured, well, how hard can it be? It's just like regular hunting, only now there's water. But what never crossed my mind, and the water was probably like waist deep, maybe
a little less than that.
It was actually too high for us.
Maybe chest deep, waist deep, whatever.
Yeah, it was too high.
But anyway, like you're swinging your detector in the water and you hear a beep, but then you don't even think that for you to, and we didn't have sand scoops. We all had shovels and whatever. So for you to reach down and get it, you have to bend over. And when you're in waist high water and you bend over, where do you think your head's going? Right under the water.
Yeah.
And like none of us even thought about that.
No goggles.
No goggles. Like, we all got our cell phones on us, our wallets in our back pocket, your car keys that are all electronic. And like, we just were so unprepared. I went in with my sneakers, Doug, my regular, whatever sneaker. And I'll tell you what, from that water, which wasn't like dirty water or anything, but when I got out, I took my sneakers off, put them in the trunk, drove home barefoot. The next day, those sneakers stunk so bad, I had to throw them in the garbage can. It was the weirdest thing. There was probably like little dead bacteria and stuff.
I should have taken my waders. It would have made more sense.
Yeah, we were just so unprepared.
But we didn't know we were going in the water.
That's true too. But
we got pulled off.
But you know what? That was Aqua Jigger. He does water detecting all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that water detecting is not good. I'm just saying we didn't think it through to be prepared.
Right.
There could have very well been good stuff there, but we didn't know what we were doing.
But I think this creek where I live, it's very historical. Like down the street from my house.
The creek's not historical. The creek is historic.
Historic. Thank you.
Historical. Charlie's historical.
Right now it's all ice. But
it's frozen over.
Yeah, it's frozen over. Yes.
Oh.
But Ben Franklin had a paper mill right down the street here, so I'm sure there's things all up and down this creek. It'd
be really cool, Doug, and let me know if this exists because I don't know if it doesn't. I would love to go down Charlie's Creek in like a little kayak or canoe or something.
Yeah, okay.
But I would like to have a glass bottom on that. So when you're floating down, now you can see everything because it's like you have a face mask on.
Why don't we wait until the summer when there's?
I'm not saying tomorrow. I'm just saying, does such a boat exist? Does such a water vessel, a glass bottom kayak, where if there's like an old rifle on the bottom, you would float over it and you'd see it clear as day, like you had goggles on.
Or you can use, fish finder or something like that.
No, you can't on a kayak. Come on.
Yeah.
Who out there? Anybody out there know if they make a glass bottom, like little kayak or something? I don't know if that exists.
I'm sure they do.
I'm not sure they do, because if it cracks and you're sinking, but I think it could possibly be something that exists. I don't know.
Well, my point was, why don't you wait till the water level is ankle deep, and then we don't need any kind of boat.
It still gets murky though, where if you have that glass bottom, well, now everything is crystal clear. It's like if you had goggles on. But I mean, even if it was low, it still gets murky. You're still stirring the water up. It kicks sand up. But if you had a glass bottom, I think you'd be able to see everything as you go, like a porthole on a ship.
You know what, Jason? 4 or 5 years ago, I missed the chance of detecting the creek because we had a severe drought, and it was so dry that the water wasn't even moving much.
Yeah,
that would have been the perfect time.
That's what we need to do.
The creek.
Yes,
perfect time.
Yeah.
But that creek is usually a fairly strong flowing creek. But that one year, it was perfect.
And it's funny too. I remember, of course, I mean, I very rarely, if ever, detect public land. Only because it's a problem. It's always been a problem.
Right.
Nosy bodies and all that. So never, we always do private land.
Yes.
When we did that creek, which was like public land, the creek, we're out there hunting it. And some guy walks over who I thought was just interested. And at first he's like, what are you finding? Not a whole lot. And then he starts in a nice way. He goes, I fish in this creek, and by you guys walking down it, you're probably disturbing the natural trout eggs. You should probably get out of there. And I'm like, oh, geez, like really? The natural trout eggs? Like, I remember thinking like, here we go. You hunt on public land, and now I got to deal with this nonsense of.
Well, what he didn't know, there's no trout in that creek. It's too warm. They stock the trout in the spring when the water is cool. They stock the trout. There's no trout eggs there in that area of my creek. It's all bass.
Oh, okay.
And the bass don't lay their eggs.
Guess what the bass eat?
I don't know what they eat.
Trout eggs.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even. I'm not going to argue with the guy. But I just said, well, we're being real careful to step on the eggs, and we just ignored him.
He probably was a trout fisherman because a lot of people fish for trout there.
Yeah.
But they're all stocked. There's no eggs there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, it was just like one of those things where,
right.
Yeah. Well, come on. I didn't want to say that out loud, but
I actually wish I was nearby because I probably knew the guy.
You might have. He's
probably a relative.
Well, what's funny
I'm related to everybody up here.
Well, what's funny is the guy I found out later was the house across the street, which we did end up hunting, and her property in the back. Right. It was that woman's daughter's boyfriend.
Oh.
His name now. At the time, I knew it.
Right.
But I remember I wanted to say, like, why does the hobby you like to do supersede the hobby I like to do? Maybe you fishing is knocking my relics all around. Like, listen, this is public land. You do your thing. I do. Well, if it came to that, I would.
I know you don't.
Some different. That guy sounds like a dirty circle.
He went back in his car, got a handful of stinking Lincoln pennies.
Oh, that's funny. I would have smashed all his trout eggs, Charlie. I would have stomped through those trout eggs like a Godzilla going through Tokyo.
Oh, gosh.
Next time.
Anyway, I don't know. Listen, I guess that was like a bad condition thing. Now, Lynn, you weren't even that was your pre-detecting days, right? You were just like the camera girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were camera girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have all that footage. 'Cause I remember getting home, looking at it. It was like an hour and 45 minutes of
Crawfish.
just crawfish. Yeah,
Well,
just crawfish.
that's all there was to look at.
I was like, man, she went through like my whole 64 gig memory card on crawfish.
But you kept it.
Yeah, I still have it.
But I'll tell you what, when you see crawfish or crayfish, I call them crayfish. When you see them in a creek like that, that means that the water is healthy water. It's very, very good, very clean.
No, it was nice.
Yeah,
it was
clean.
nice water. But yeah, we didn't. I think Rich found a copper. I don't think. Yeah. I don't think we found any. Somebody found something, maybe like a padlock, or I forget.
Oh, yeah.
Something good. I want to say it was maybe Charlie.
A bicycle bell.
Oh, a bicycle bell. Yeah, was it Charlie that found that?
Yeah, I found the bicycle bell. Yeah.
That footage is probably really funny because we're all in like, not exactly water gear, but we're in like shorts and like, like cut off shirts to try to stay, cool. And
it was a hot day.
I remember the rocks were real slippery too. And there's one time we were walking and I slipped and started to go down. Jason, you caught me just before my head went under.
Did I? Oh, I'm like a hero. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I'm like a hero.
Yep.
I don't recall that happening, but I remember thinking like, man, if there was ever like just a gang of like idiots that don't know what they're doing, like that's us.
Right.
Well, Jason, if you think about it, one of the reasons why, besides the heat and everything, and we wanted to do the creek, just realize this, the farm that we did right nearby was really, really good. We found a lot of great coins in that field right nearby there.
Yeah. No, right on the bank we found some. Doug found a classic head large cent on the bank when we got out, like in the in the grass.
He found a $50 there right before we were leaving.
Yeah. No, I'm sure the creek is good. Just that, like I said, we'd have to spend an hour of at least thinking about it and make sure we have the right supplies, the right footwear, the right tools, and we didn't have any of that stuff.
Charlie, if anyone wants to see that $50 being found, Jason has it on Reels. It's up to 31,000 views.
That $50 from that farm there.
Yeah, right. And behind me is where the creek was.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no. Oh, well, you're talking about the Walking Liberty. I'm talking about you found that was across the street. You found that $50.
Yeah, but
I'm saying on the bank, right as soon as you walked out of that creek, like 10 feet up, you found a classic head large cent.
Right.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
We found a number of coins along that stretch there.
Yeah. Well, that's why I thought the creek would really produce, but it did not.
Yeah. If you guys, Show Me Treasure wants to see the video. Maybe this Tuesday I'll put it out. The video will be an hour and a half of super close-ups of crawfish trying to avoid Lynn stepping on them.
Yeah.
That should be a good one. Somniferous Ammonai said, would you guys put your sensitivity on in the water? I don't even remember. I'm sure I didn't adjust my settings that much.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Like I said, we didn't really know what we were doing. It was a spontaneous thing.
An error.
Well,
error.
Jason, do you know Charles Schaefer?
Yes.
Charles Schaefer. He called me up one day. He said, hey, listen, I'll be down your way. He said, let's detect. I said, come on down. You detect. He said, but I want to detect in the creek. I said, come on down. We'll detect in the creek. And we actually went up the street here and we detected in the creek. And I actually made a video. I have it on a video that's on of he and I. And we found a lot of cool stuff.
Did you really?
Yes, we did. But the creek water was low that time.
Any coins, Charlie?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Any coins?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we found coins. Yes, we found coins. We found homemade sinkers, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Homemade ones from the years ago. They didn't buy them in stores. They made homemade sinkers, and we found quite a few old toys from the 1920s. It was a swimming hole.
I thought Charles, if I remember correctly, sent me a picture of a shoe buckle that he found in the creek.
That could have been that day too. I can't recall exactly what we all found.
Yeah, I think he found a shoe buckle.
But I put on YouTube, my channel.
Okay. Yeah, if memory serves, I mean,
for it.
Yeah, this was years ago. But if my memory serves, I think he found a shoe buckle. If I if
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
Teresa was here detecting in the creek, and she found one.
A shoe buckle?
Yeah, nice one.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of then.
You're
I remember
thinking maybe
someone
Teresa.
found a shoe buckle.
Yeah. Is she on tonight? Is she a moderator?
Yes.
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah.
Teresa's
Yep.
here.
She found a beautiful one.
Yeah, here's a comment from Teresa that she was eyeballing the creek.
Oh, that's right. She saw it. She actually saw it. The creek was low and the water was clear, and she saw it at the bottom. Yeah. And at the same time when she found that is when I found this. Same time.
Oh, that was the same day.
Same day, yeah.
Okay. But anyway, I don't even know how we got on that topic. Oh, I guess, was that a bad condition day, Doug?
Yeah. Well, it was very hot.
It was
Very
really
hot.
hot. Before I move on or anything, before the show, I asked Doug and Charlie and Lynn if they thought of any bad condition stories. I don't want to end the show without asking you. Did you guys think of any?
I did.
You did. Would you like to tell it?
Yeah. Everyone knows that I got about 20 different nicknames, and every week there, early on in our working together, you would give me a new nickname. We were out. It was you, Kyle, and myself. We were in a corner house, and it was sleeting, a little bit of snow. It was very cold, and I had my foul weather gear for offshore fishing, if you remember.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And it created another nickname that day you didn't give me. It was the following week down at Leroy's when it was equally as ugly. And you can tell everybody the nickname you gave me for that.
Yeah, I wish I had a picture. If I would have known, I would have brought a picture up. But yeah, Doug's outfit that he wore for the weather was like a head to toe, like bright orange, like jumpsuit. It looked like it was made out of rubber. Like it was weird looking.
It's like the Gorton fisherman.
Yeah, I mean, it kept him dry, but it looked really weird. But I remember thinking he looks like a cross between a circus clown and a traffic cone. So I called him in the next video the Hazmatador because he looked like a hazmat suit and a matador. I don't know where it even came from.
Yeah.
It was just stupid, but it was just kind of funny in the moment, and it stuck. But now that you mentioned that story, Doug, now that I think about it, even before that, when you were only Mexican, Doug,
yeah,
we went to a house and it was pouring rain all day, all mud. We were in this far backyard doing this dump in the back of his yard. And because it was going to rain all day, I had brought each of us a pair of gaiters. And gaiters, you wrap around your lower leg from like your knee to your shoe to keep your jeans dry. So, Doug had on his gaiters and I had on mine, and we were in this yard, and he found something, and I got the camera out, and I'm looking at Doug when I come up with these gaiters, and my brain's like, man, he reminds me of Jane Fonda workout video with like those leg warmers on.
Yeah.
So that day is how you got the Jane Fonda nickname. And I sang the Let's Get Physical song, which I found out later it wasn't even Jane Fonda. It was like Olivia Newton-John or something.
Right.
But so two of your nicknames were foul weather nicknames. That's pretty
right.
interesting.
Wow.
That's right.
Look at that. What are the odds of that?
And I still have those gaiters, and
I still have mine.
I wear them every now and again.
Mine are in my. I carry an extra bag of like things that I could possibly need, and I haven't opened it in years. There's like a rain jacket and gaiters and whatever junk is in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Two of the nicknames. I didn't think about that.
Yep.
Lynn, do you have any foul weather stories?
I couldn't think of really a specific story, but just a general comment on when we go out in the freezing cold weather. I hate being cold. It's just one thing that I can't stand, being cold, and metal detecting is the only reason in the world that I would voluntarily go out in that kind of weather. I absolutely hate it. But when I'm out there and freezing and everything, I try not to whine or say anything.
I've never heard you complain. I'll say
No.
that.
But all around me, I hear these guys all around me talking about how cold they are.
We're all prima donnas.
And I love
Absolutely.
it.
Listen, you are a mother. You're a wife. I don't have to tell you that guys are big babies. You know,
Yeah.
we're all big babies.
I love it. Like last weekend
Yeah.
when it was just you, me, and Matt, you and Matt,
Oh, I probably whine the whole time.
you
I
were
whine.
whining the whole time.
I have no shame. I totally admit it. I'm cold, and I'll let everyone know. but
Then again,
I'm
that's
not
the thing.
leaving. I'm not leaving. I'll sit out
No.
there. I'll just complain a little bit
You
along the
got
way.
warmed up real good after those fines. For
Yeah,
sure.
that did warm me up. I
But
felt
I
pretty
do
good.
think you guys don't always dress right. I don't know if you have enough layers. You know, I have 25 layers on.
Yeah, I'm really weird. And this sounds bizarre, but I do have a really heavy. I have a big heavy coat, like a winter coat. But remember, I was making fun of Doug last week that when he wears his winter thing, he can't put his arms down. He looks like the kid from Christmas Story. Well, my coat gives me the same thing. And because I always need to get like the mics and the camera and all that, like it's too difficult. So I have to wear a lighter jacket just so I have the dexterity of grabbing everything. And I'm a little bit colder. Where when I wear the heavy jacket, I just can't maneuver. So I suffer from my art, Lynn. I
guess
suffer
that's it.
suffer
Yeah,
from
we
my
have
art.
to allow
what I-
artistic license there.
Yes, I suffer from my art. How about you, Charlie? I mean, we've been in some sticky situations over the years. Does any of them stick out to you, my friend?
Well, yeah, we've detected in mud, we detected in snow, we detected in rain and all that. But to be honest with you, the very first time I detected with you, I know you thought I was trying to kill you.
Yeah,
You and Doug.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was a Indian path, a 2-foot wide Indian path, right next to a 50-foot cliff for about a half a mile with ice.
Into
with
a
ice
raging
I
freeze.
thought you guys thought I was going to take and murder you somewhere in the woods.
Yeah, we didn't know who he was at the time, and I've told that story before too.
I know you told before, but to me that was a
bad one. And the funniest part too that I mentioned on this before, I don't remember when, but we didn't know Charlie. It was our first time meeting him, so we drove all the way out there, and he told me, he said, "Hey, the spot we're going to go to is kind of far, but I can get us some of the way on our Kubota, and then we'll walk the rest." And then we get there. The Kubota ride was like
20 feet.
20 feet, and then the walk.
3 miles
And
of
then the
walk.
walk was 3 miles. I was like, "Why did you even bother digging the Kubota out? We're in the same
thanks for
spot.
the lift.
My car can still unlock from my fob. We're so close."
I was very proud of that Kubota. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I was
funny.
proud. It was all shiny.
I'm working on putting something together in the next couple of weeks. You'll see it. So I was going through really old videos, and I went to that video, the first one where we were
Did
together.
you really?
And I watched it through to look for something. And something happened in that video that I forgot about, besides the treacherous walk, where the very first coin that you found, Charlie, for whatever reason, I handed Doug the camera because I was doing something with you. And Doug, maybe you'll remember this or not. I handed Doug the camera, which was just a cell phone at the time, that he was holding in his hand. And in a whole clip, the top left corner of the screen is covered by his finger, and the bottom right corner is covered by his thumb the whole time. So you can only see like a vertical strip of me and Charlie.
I remember that.
So the coin was so good, I didn't want to cut it out. So I tried to find like a funny way to keep it in there, even though Doug did his best job to totally ruin it. So I remember putting like, "Here comes a solar eclipse." And then I was like, "Oh, and there's a groundhog coming in from the right," and like, cause the whole thing was so funny. It was like, you can only see like this little bit. And I'm like, "Doug."
Did you by any chance have a video of him getting caught in an electric fence?
No, I wasn't recording. That's the nice thing about the GoPro is now
It's always recording.
it's well, if I remember, because but you can always run it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those crazy moments that happened, out of nowhere.
Spontaneously.
You're not expecting it, so you're not recording.
I felt so bad. We were walking along this long icy path, 50-foot cliff. We get to the location. Doug climbs the fence. He flips over the electric fence.
Oh yeah, he was like Mary Lou Retton. He was like Mary Lou Retton. He stepped over and his shoelace got caught on like the barbed wire or something. And he flipped over. Oh yeah. Like I wanted to hold up a score, 4, it was very ungraceful.
But that site, that was an old Swedish house that was there, early 1700s, Swedish from Sweden, the Swedes. That place was very, very good to us.
Yeah, definitely a good spot.
We got like 4 or 5 videos out of that spot.
Yeah, very good to us. It was way back in the woods. And the only people that went back there were people who they hunted back there. That was it. No one else ever went back there.
Well, it's weird
that we should revisit.
No, we were there a lot, but I remember this.
We never did the woods. We never did the woods. We did the field. The house was in the woods. We never did the woods.
Well, after the next big snowfall, take us out there, will you, Charlie?
Yeah,
we could do that.
Yeah, he'll drive us most of the way. But what's funny, Doug, is we went to that spot many times. And every time was that same treacherous walk down the side of the cliff all the way down.
I couldn't do that now.
Well, no, but about 2 years later, Charlie had said, "Hey, I have this other spot," and we drove to it. We drove up, we parked, and we took a little like a clear cut path into this field. And I get into the field, and then I look about 200 yards up, and I go, "Charlie, isn't that the good spot?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, why didn't we always do this? Why do I have to walk the high wire? We could have parked right here."
But I didn't have permission to go that direction. I didn't have access. I needed permission access.
Yeah. So for years we almost died, and there was a parking lot like right on the other side.
You're right. There's another property that joined it, and I did get permission to go that way.
I remember because when I saw it, I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Yeah.
I sent you a picture of the Matador.
Let me see if I can. Well, I can't bring it in, but I can hold it up.
It's on your phone.
I know. Okay. All right, so here I'll make myself full screen for a second, Doug. All right, so that's the Matador. Now that's not even the best one because he's wearing a raincoat over it.
Yeah.
So you can't see the full beauty of Doug in like a giant orange, but it was like head to toe, and like that's cool if you're like in the street or if you're like digging a ditch. But we were like in a stranger's front yard, and Doug's like a giant walking traffic cone, and I was like, what are you wearing?
I was warm.
He was warm, and he was dry.
Those rubber suits are very warm.
He was warm and dry.
Yep.
What time is it? 9:08. Anybody out in the chat have a funny story? Anything to deal with mud or gunk or snow or sleet or hail? I don't know if the show was going or if it was before the show. I was telling Lynn, it was only like 3 weeks ago. We went to this spot that Lynn had gotten, and it was an old farm field, and there wasn't snow on the ground. A lot of it had melted. We had like a little warm streak. So we went into this field, and it was just mud. I mean, every step, my foot would like sink into my calf. And then when you try to pull your leg out, your other leg is like sinking in, trying to pull your other one out. And I remember for me to walk like 10 feet took me like 20 minutes. And then I'm thinking, do I even want to dig in this? I'm going to be just digging up. It's going to be like thick brownie pudding. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. I pulled my foot right out of my boot a couple times.
Yeah. That was terrible. Mud is tough when you got that thick, dense mud.
That was the Thousand Holes Annex, right?
Yeah. No. This was up. You were there, Doug, but no, it was up. It was up near the Cobb field. Near the Cobb field.
Okay.
You were there. I mean, you didn't go into the field. You were like on the outskirts where me and Lynn were like, and Matt was there. We were in the mud, and it was just that. Well, I don't want to say because I'm going to put a video out on it, but we found something funny and good right outside of the mud field.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll be coming in another couple of weeks or so. So that was a good one. So let me look at my show notes to see if I I had a couple of questions I was going to pose to the you guys and the chat. So on those freezing cold days like we just had, where I complained and cried like a baby, like Lynn was so nice to tell everyone. If you could pick, Lynn,
Yeah.
what's the worst? Cold fingers, a cold face, or cold feet when we're out in this whipping wind, freezing cold? Which one for you is the worst scenario? Cold hands, face, or feet?
Feet.
We'll leave other body parts out of it for because I try to keep Doug.
Yeah, probably feet.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
I think they're all bad, but cold feet is pretty bad because you just can't. I don't know. It's all you can think about when your feet are cold.
Yeah.
You agree, Doug?
I agree.
There was a day a couple of years, 2 years ago or so, we were at a field and my boots were not very well insulated and my feet were so cold. I had to go to the car like every half an hour to warm my toes up because they were so numb.
Is that the day you ordered new boots in the car?
Yes. Well, because I think you like took a collection of all the guys and the next week gave me like $100 gift card and like go buy some new boots.
We want you to buy the muck boots.
I bought a muck boot alternative.
You bought the knockoff.
The
Well,
knockoff
I don't
version.
like boots that your foot pulls out of. I like to tie my shoes.
I started in all this inclement weather, started wearing my muck boots. And I got the heat warm, the feet warmers, and put them in. Perfect, absolutely perfect. They're easy to walk in. Your feet stay warm, and I swear by it now. So the lousy weather, I'm wearing my muck boots.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Feet is the worst. When my toes are cold, I'm the most miserable. But I've been out with like. I don't wear gloves a lot because I can't maneuver the buttons on the camera.
Right.
So I usually don't have gloves on. And some days we're out there and I literally can't feel my fingers anymore. And so I like put them in my pockets, but then you need your hand to metal detect. So I would stop detecting for like 15 minutes and just try to get some feeling back in my fingers again. So fingers are a second for me. But
you should wear the gloves until you find something or need to operate the camera.
I do, but when there's 6 people out there, someone's finding something all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be hours between your finds, but someone else is.
And could I say something about this hobby?
Go ahead. You say something about it.
Okay, I've been a rabid, not just avid, but a rabid offshore fisherman for years. I started metal detecting in the 70s and kind of got away from it because I got so into fishing. And being close to the Atlantic Ocean, we would go out at least once a week, maybe more. But things got so bad in fishing. Regulations killed it. The weather has definitely worked against going out in a boat. So I decided I want to get back into metal detecting because I can go out in the rain and I can go out in a light snow. And as long as the ground isn't frozen, I can go out and metal detect. And I'm glad I got back into the hobby. Although I love to fish still, I spend more time metal detecting than fishing because you can dress for the conditions when you're metal detecting. But if the boat isn't leaving the dock, you can't go fishing. So I'm glad I'm back into metal detecting as much as I am.
Me too. I am too, Doug. I'm too. Good story. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, sure.
I was thinking another thing is a problem that we have a lot, and maybe it's because I'm making the videos. If you weren't making a video, you probably wouldn't notice. But in the winter, when I'm going to film somebody's fine or if we're all standing around, we have to do what's called, and this is disgusting too. So you might guys think we do what's called a nose check. Everyone will try to, we don't carry tissues. So you got to try to get a big sniff or clear your nose in disgusting ways, but I'm not going to mention why.
You want me to tell you the ways?
No. But I can't tell you how many times, like, I'm filming something and I'll look up at Doug or somebody, and there's like a snot ball from his nose to his boot, and I'll be like, "Oh man, I gotta cut that out." But we're all like, like, because you try not to, like, if I'm filming, you try not to do like you try to limit that.
That's what your sleeves are for.
But if you're not doing that, then you get this. Or if you use your sleeve, when I go over to Lynn, well, you see a big snot stain on her sleeve. So, like,
don't fill my sleeve.
Well, listen, I don't know where your arm's going to be. Your arm's in weird places sometimes.
Oh.
So the point is, you have to think about all these little things of your nose. The nose is such a problem. I don't know if you noticed, Doug, but about a month ago, I started carrying about 10 paper towels in my jacket pocket, so that when I'm going to film something, I blow my nose.
Yeah.
Because if I blow my nose, I'm good for a good 10 minutes before it starts running again.
Yeah.
And then I just put the dirty tissue in my bag. I think when I was filming something of yours, Lynn, one of the dirty tissues fell out on the ground and you went to grab it. And I was like, no.
Hazardous material.
That's hazmat.
Really.
But yeah, you don't even think about that. Now, someone just said, look at this, Doug. Keep digging metal detecting, says handkerchiefs. Now listen to me.
Well, I haven't used a handkerchief in years.
I can't think, Doug, of a more disgusting invention than a handkerchief.
Yes.
That's like getting toilet paper, wiping your butt, and then folding it up and putting it in your pocket for later to wipe your butt. When you blow your nose, it is a disposable thing that's happening. I don't understand a handkerchief, why it exists. Why, Charles? Who blows their nose on a cloth and then puts the cloth in their pocket to blow their nose on it again? I don't get it.
Charlie.
Yeah,
I carry these with me all the time.
Are they scented?
I don't know. I don't know. It was a Christmas gift.
Do you shove them in your Depends?
They don't make them big enough.
Oh, look, Casey's here from Excalibur Shovels. He says, and listen, I'm not buying this, but I'm going to humor Casey.
Yeah.
The handkerchief dries out and you keep going. So listen to me, Casey. You heard me just say that Doug has snot from his nose to his boot. That's literally 5.5 foot long of snot. You're telling me if he wipes it on a handkerchief, in 10 minutes when he pulls it out again, that's dry and clean, like it went through the wash? No. It's the most disgusting thing in the whole world.
Yeah, it basically is. You know what? Most farmers carry 2 of them, one in each back pocket. Most farmers, they work outside a lot, and it's disgusting, really. And that goes back into the wash, which is also disgusting.
Yeah, it's like wiping your butt and then putting it in the washing machine.
I'm a paper towel guy now.
Yeah, it's a disposable thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to ask the chat, Doug. What would anyone out there use a reusable handkerchief and carry it around all day and keep using it? I'm just curious.
Baby boomers, yeah.
Yeah, but I would think Eric the Cape Cod Father super chat. He said, how do we end up here? Listen, we're talking about miserable conditions, and nothing more miserable than carrying a dirty snot rag with you all day long.
That's environmental problem.
What's that?
Dirty tissues in her, that they're dirty.
I just can't do it. Yeah, I cannot do it. That's just one of those things. I don't even understand why they sell them. I can't imagine who thinks it's a good idea to even use that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a disposable baby diaper, which I get, but you wouldn't reuse it again. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
So that's a dirty thing.
I stopped using hankies back in the 60s.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you stopped using baby diapers.
Oh no, I still wear them. Somebody asked me. They said, "Are you boxers or briefs?" And I said, "Depends."
Oh.
That's funny. I like that, Doug. That's funny.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. A question I got a lot, Doug. Well, not a question. A comment I've gotten a lot is people say, why don't you guys wear those heated gloves? You know, they got those gloves that you can like, there's a battery and they're USB, you charge them up,
Yeah.
and I guess there's like little wires in there and they heat up. I've never used them. I'm curious in the chat if you guys, do they really work? How long do they last?
You wouldn't like them. They're bulky. They're big, bulky things that you.
Oh, are they bulky?
Yeah.
And they make a heated vest too. You can wear a heated vest.
Yeah.
They make them too. And they're bulky.
But I wonder how long they last for. Like, you know, if we go out for like 10 hours, would it last for 10 hours?
I wouldn't think so.
Dave has them for snow shoveling and plowing.
Uh-huh.
They last for quite a while, but they wouldn't last all day. Like we need.
You can carry a battery on your back, a 12-volt battery on your back, backpack.
Hold on. Casey said something else disgusting here. Hold on.
Who's that?
Casey.
Okay, he did.
Sometimes he wears a face cover and it wicks the nose drips. Now, by wicks the nose drips, I'm assuming that means it absorbs the nose drips.
Yes.
So now you just keep absorbing the same regurgitated snot mucus all day long as it rubs against your face. Casey, come on, brother. What are you doing? I think
that sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds even grosser than the last thing.
Yeah. The hunters do the same thing. They wear face masks. Same thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Kathy got me something that I'll wear and show it to you. It's got a hood. It's got the face guard, and it's almost fleece lined inside, but very light. It's warm. It's perfect for an undercoating to, like a regular coat. But it's got all the accoutrements to keep you nice and warm.
Yeah, I tried that. My problem with it is, and there's one. He loves his hanky. LHS loves his hanky. Not sure what you're blowing. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. I just cannot fathom in a million, billion, trillion years, blowing my nose on something and then folding up my pocket to use it again later, or carrying it around. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I was going to say something and I forget what. I have one of those things, Doug. It's like a glorified ski mask. You pull over your face and there's like an eye slit. Yeah. But the reason I never wear mine is for this exact conversation, that I'm worried that my nose is going to run. It's going to drip on the inside of this mask. And now my wet, snotty thing is rubbing against my face all day. I'd just be totally skeeved. I'd rather freeze to death.
Yep.
I have my standards, Lynn.
It's a shame more people can't see how we are out in the field, how much fun we have just with all the nonsense you edit a very nice video and it looks so clean and sharp, but boy,
really
there's
like
some real goofy crap that goes on out there.
Well, listen, we spend 10 hours with each other and a lot of it's downtime. It's not just like treasure every 30 seconds, It might look like that in a video because we're there 10 hours. If each person finds two things, well, you put it all together and it makes it
video. Yeah.
Right. Makes it good. But in the course of 10 hours, you better find some things to talk about.
Jason, I bet a lot of the coins that we find in the fields is from a hunter or farmer pulling out his hanky out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, good thinking.
Bring a couple coins with him, and he blew his nose.
That's a good thing. Hey, listen.
We're using hankies back then.
They were using handkerchiefs. Yeah, pull that out of their pocket. Coins came with it.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Oh, you know what I wanted to say on an off topic, Lynn? I know you had gotten a gift from your daughter for Christmas. Do you have that?
It's upstairs.
Oh, you can't. Can you go grab it?
Yeah.
All right. This is a really cool thing. Why she's getting it.
We'll try to keep the show moving.
Yeah, if you don't have pants on, just crawl out. You want to get? I'm not sure if you're. Hold on. I'll remove her because I know she's not wearing any pants. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she's clear.
Don't talk about me.
I'm going to. I just thought of it for some weird reason. I looked at Lynn. Her daughter had texted me before Christmas and said, "Hey, my mom, Christmas is coming. What could I get my mom, for metal detecting? She loves it. And I said, well, look, she's got everything. If you get her anything else, she doesn't need anything. She's got all the stuff. I said, why don't you make her something custom? And I'm not going to say what it is yet. She's going to show it. And she's like, well, I don't know what that would be. So I whipped up something and, we put something together and she made it for Lynn. And I just thought it was really cool. So Lynn's going to go grab it. So that's what she's going to go get. I don't know if Lynn will ever wear it, but we'll see. Someone just said, an EPA history and archaeology got to save some of those clips to do a behind the scenes video. It should. It's a lot of funny stuff. Okay, hold on. Lynn's back. Okay. Let me see if I can make you bigger, Lynn. Hang on a second. You think I know how to do this by now after all this time. Okay. All right, you ready?
All right.
Doug, give her a drum roll. I love it.
Okay. Here it is.
Look at that, Doug.
All right.
Now, I designed that shirt with her daughter. It's like she's got the whip and she's got the metal. Hold a little bit more. Your name's blocking it. Move it more to your.
There you go.
Well, her name's still blocking it a little bit.
What? Oh.
No, the name like underneath of you. Let me move you back to regular. Maybe you'll see it better. Well, you can see the design though. You can see the design.
Yeah, you can see that, right?
Yeah. Oh, did we spell Lindiana wrong? You haven't.
Yeah, sometimes we put the E in there and then other times it's not. So it doesn't matter, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's Lynn's first official Lindiana Jones merch. There's only one in the world now.
This is the only one.
There's only one, but who knows? Maybe in the summer they'll be in Walmart, Target, and Dollar Tree. All those places.
Sure. Yeah.
All those places.
They'll be right up there with the quarter hoarder merchandise.
Lynn, can you hold up again? Someone asked me if she's holding a snake.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be a whip. It's Lindiana Jones. Oh, it does look like a. It does look like a snake.
Yeah.
And are you wearing black leather?
Yeah.
Are you wearing anything?
Now?
Yes.
No, in that picture.
Oh, in the picture?
Looks like the only thing you got on is your hat.
I think in shoes.
But look, I even gave her the silhouette Lynn's haircut too.
Yeah.
To try to make it look like Lynn. So I just thought that was kind of cool. So Lindiana Jones, her own official shirt.
Yep. Thanks for being involved in that.
I thought it was kind of fun. What's funny was when I designed the first one, you work with AI and stuff, Doug, and sometimes you don't always get the output you want. The first one I did was like way too like sexual. Like it was like voluptuous and it was heavy chested. And I'm like, can we tone this down a little bit?
This one has no chest at all.
Well, only because listen, if you saw the first one, you were like Dolly Parton with like the weight, with like the waist of a pencil. And I'm like, well, this is not what I'm going for. This is not.
It's not. Well,
so
revising that.
I had to revise it, and but you get what you get. You don't always get the output you're looking for. But I was having. They're still talking about the hankies in the.
Yeah.
I can't. My chat still doesn't work correctly, Doug. I can't see it on my main screen here, so I got to look over here. So I can't bring people's things up because someone said Lindiana Jones, the snake whisperer. It does look like a snake a little bit now that people mention it. So yeah, there we go. But otherwise, the heated gloves I had on there, and then did I have any other questions for everybody up here? I don't think so. I did say that the one good thing about the snow is that you can see where you walked, which is nice. You don't walk over the same ground because you can see the footprints really easy. Yeah. That's one thing, because sometimes you're like, oh, did Charlie walk this row already? Should I move over?
That's the only thing.
It's one of the few good things. It's one of the few good things. And apparently Casey likes it because he loves carrying hankies around that he can reuse all day long. I'm going to pick on Casey now because I can't believe he likes a handkerchief. But I think that's about it. I think we're going to get ready to wrap it up, Doug. This was an oddball show, but I figured we would just kind of hang out and chat with everybody. Yep. But I will give everyone the last word before we get out of here because believe it or not, I have not had dinner yet. And I'll start with Lynn since she's already big on the left side of the screen.
All righty. Well, thanks for everybody for hanging out tonight. I'm sad that we're probably not going to detect for I don't know, a month or whatever it's
I
going to
hope
be.
It better not be a month.
I hope
I
not.
know. Well, there's all the crap on the top, but then the ground is frozen. The weather here is not going to be above 30 for the next 10 days.
Doug suggested going to the beach because the beach, there's no snow.
Mm.
I'm just reluctant because I don't know. I just don't want to find modern junk all day long and maybe a silver earring. I like old stuff, Lynn. I don't get psyched up for not old
Well,
stuff.
Is there a beach that's known for that kind of stuff?
Like colonial stuff on the beach? I mean, I don't know.
Not colonial, but we know of a beach that
Doug knows of a beach where they dredged it 15 years ago. And when they did that, a lot of old coins came up to the surface. But it was 15 years ago.
And escudos.
Yeah, but that was 15 years ago. All that's been filled in and hunted by 1,000 guys. Doug went there last year and hunted all day. He found a bottle cap. So I just don't know if it's going to be worth it to go there.
Beaches change all the time, so it's always a possibility.
Exactly.
They do.
Every nor'easter changes the lay of the land.
Yeah.
If they suck out 20 feet and get down to the bedrock, but I don't know.
Luck, like everywhere else.
Well, we'll see. I mean, listen, if we get desperate enough, I don't want to go stir crazy. Well, let's see. It's only been a week so far. Let's see. Let's see what comes on. Oh, Rick Rory
will be able to get out.
I hope so. Rick said anything next week. I don't know what you mean, like for detecting. I'm not sure yet. I hope so, Rick.
I think he means the live stream.
Oh, well, if you came late, I was saying earlier, the Nocta Legend 2 is officially out, arriving in America and the world, I guess, in the next day or two. They've already shipped from Turkey. I got confirmation. So I'm trying to coordinate to have Nocta on next Thursday. We'll go over the show, the new machine, all the features, what made it different from the Legend 1. And then, of course, we'll do a giveaway on one, but that's not confirmed yet. So most likely they will, but I haven't got it confirmed yet. So it'll probably be that. If not, we'll see what else is coming up. Maybe we'll just bring on an old school guest. I was going to ask Brad to come on to talk about the bad weather. But I have other funny things. Maybe I'll ask Brad to come on. We'll have something. We'll be here next week. I'm sorry, Lynn. Did I cut you off?
No, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Dougie, up. Whoa, what happened? Hold on, Doug. There we go. Dougie, final word of the week before we get out of here.
Well, thanks for tuning in and hope to see you on the next show, whenever that happens to be. And hopefully the weather will get better for all of us because sitting in the house on the weekend just doesn't cut it.
No.
I'm going to see if Casey will send us 4 Excalibur shovel handkerchiefs. And if he does, we're going to use them. We'll use them in the field.
Yep.
And we'll see if the Excalibur shovel on the handkerchief changes colors throughout the course of the day from all the disgusting bodily fluids that we put on. Charlie, last word of the day from you, my friend.
Well, actually, this weather's pretty bad up where I'm at. We had a lot of snow, and the back roads are still icy and stuff. And what this has done for me, I'm actually getting permissions now because of it.
Yeah, you were telling me in the last 3 weeks or so, Charlie's probably got like 7 old colonial farms.
Yeah,
we just can't get on them.
Yeah, I drive the Amish around, the horse and buggy Amish.
How do you steer the horse?
What's that?
How do you steer the horse?
By its tail. No, but they don't. They're not on the road right now up this way. So they call me up and I take them and then I'll look at their farmhouse and I'll say about detecting it and they say I don't care.
Hey Charlie, when do they typically begin planting? April?
They usually start their corn the second week in April around here. and they try to get it done the first week of May. They try to do it 2 to 3 weeks.
And how about the soybean?
After the corn gets planted, then they do the beans.
Okay, so we got March, April, and maybe part of May to
but they're very friendly, and my name's getting out there because I'm retired, and they need a driver right now, and I got to drive tomorrow and this weekend some of the Amish, and I check out their old farmhouses.
Where do you take them?
I take them to the doctors. Like tomorrow, I got to take a mother and child to the doctors. And the one group I took them to they were making blankets for Haiti. They were making these blankets sent to Haiti. It was a goodwill thing that the women were doing, and I had the opportunity to watch them do this. It was incredible. It was they were actually in a greenhouse, this big greenhouse that was heated, and all these women were making these blankets and stuff, and wrapping them up and tying them, and they were going to be sent, to Haiti people. And
cool. Yeah. Someone said, have the Amish ever let you guys detect their fields? We've done so many Amish and Mennonite fields over the years, maybe hundreds. They're some of the nicest people.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, absolutely. We've done more than I could count in 5 lifetimes.
Yeah. So, but that's helping me out right now because I'm getting places for us to detect.
Yeah, a lot of them. So once the snow melts, we are going to, we might go out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to get caught back up again.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's going to be hodgepodges of partial hunts that I'll throw together, which I can last for a while.
Right.
And then if in a pickle, I've got hodgepodges and a few full summer months that I save for my sick day in case I ever get sick or anything. So if you see us in shorts in February, it was not filmed that weekend, but it is what it is. All right. Well, it sounds good. I think I'm going to get out of here. Mudswat said, Jason, fewer ads online. I don't control that, man. I wish I knew how to do that. YouTube puts on the ads and I have no control over it. So I'm sorry. I did say, one thing I did, Doug, is, the new intro for the live show. I say new. It's still like the normal, I do a little countdown, and then I do our little skit of the quarter after. People were emailing me saying that they get ads in the beginning of the show and they were missing it. So that's why I extended the intro to go like a minute and a half. That way they can close out of the ads and not miss the show. I'm trying, but I don't have any control over. I don't know when they're going to do that, and it's like, sorry, but I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. All right, I think that's it, Doug. I'm gonna wind this up. I want to thank everybody for showing up today. I want to thank Lynn, Charlie, Doug, and myself for showing up. I want to thank Rich for not showing up. No, Rich had to work or whatever he was doing today, so that's okay. And everybody for hanging out, I appreciate it. We'll probably be back next Thursday for another whatever we're going to do, whatever the whole thing is. And then I do have some guests that are going to start coming back on in February. I was trying to give it a little break, so I'll tell you about those as it gets closer. Okay. But for now, we're going to get out of here. Everybody stay warm, stay dry, keep those hankies out of your pockets.
Yeah.
And hey, thanks for watching. Happy hunting, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.
See you.